Hey man, what up? You're listening to the Magic Our Way podcast with your hosts, Kevin, Danny, Eli, and Lee, man. These are some good old boys from New Orleans, and you should just kick back, open your ear holes, and listen, man. Have fun. JMU saying snooch to the dooch.
Jumbo, everyone.
Harambe.
And welcome to another edition of
The Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
The Magic Our Way podcast.
They are truly magical and whatnot.
Asante San, everyone. You are listening to the Magic Our Way podcast from New Orleans, Louisiana, in the United States of America. We are artistic buffs talking about Disney stuff, and this is a show in which every opinion is welcome. MagicOurWay.com is where you can find us for the show. We present a continuing story of our Walt Disney World 50th Anniversary Trip Report. And look, this isn't your typical polished, practiced, pixie dust and Disney podcast. No, sir. We are not in the parks every day trying to tell you the best way to purchase your 50th anniversary merch.
No, sir. We're just here to drink, talk Disney, and get a little dope whipped.
Take that shield and throw it. And when you get it back, the episode's over, and you're going to love us again to come back and toss it again. Because when you throw the shield, something always good comes back to you.
Booyah. My name is Kevin.
Yeah, I'm Danny.
I'm your main buffer man, Eli.
Lee here, and hey, as far as the 50th goes, if you want to see it all, just give me a call.
I like that one.
Plus, we have a special guest, of course. We have, who is this, sir?
Who?
Oh, I was going to say it's me. It's the D-O-double-G.
What? Preach it to him,
Right
brother.
once again with that MOW.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
Yeah. Once again, here again to talk about our trip report.
Yes.
Tell about
for
it,
the
brother.
50th anniversary in Walt Disney World, guys. So look, enough of our jibber jabber. Let's go discuss some Disney Parks magic.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. So here we are on the hub, our main topic segment of the show, and we're here to talk about our Walt Disney World 50th anniversary trip report. And again, just to kind of started the last time, our high-level overview of what happened. We arrived Wednesday evening before the anniversary, and we stayed at a DoubleTree Suites Hilton in Orlando in the Disney Springs area. And then we were at the Disney Riviera Resort.
How was those DoubleTree cookies?
I didn't have any DoubleTree cookies.
They're known for that.
No, I didn't know for that.
DoubleTree is known for their cookies.
There were cookies?
I'm done. I don't like. There's no cookies. I'm done.
There's no cookies.
I have nothing to listen.
Sorry, Cookie Monster.
No.
Not to chew on.
So from the Thursday before the anniversary, we stayed at Disney Riviera Resort all the way through Sunday night, and we left Monday evening, Tuesday morning. So that's basically the timeline. And on Sunday, that's when Eli and Danny surprised us, and then we were in full force Magic Our Way Sunday evening through Monday. So that was great. So that's the high-level overview of how this time trip took place.
You are totally Thanos right now. Dude.
Yes, 100%. And you are totally light on cookies. Like,
I didn't light on cookies, yes.
really light.
Light on cookies.
All right, so let's start with the first day. Let's go ahead and kind of recap. I know the first day we didn't stay at a Disney resort. Well, we stayed on Disney property, but not at a Disney resort. We stayed in the Disney Springs Hotel, that whole Hotel Plaza thing right by Disney Springs. I guess it'll be akin to the Good Neighbor hotels in Disneyland. And specifically, we stayed at the DoubleTree Suites by Hilton Orlando.
Question.
And, yes.
How did you get there? You flew?
Well, yeah. So we stayed at that hotel the first night, and Lee was already there, so he flew. Because Lee is what he's known to do when we do these trips. He works beforehand, right, Lee?
Oh, got you.
So
Correct.
He was in Daytona for a few days, I guess.
Yeah, I came in on Sunday, worked in Daytona Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, wrapped up on Wednesday, dropped that rental car off at the airport, and took an Uber over to the hotel.
All right, so and then you checked into DoubleTree Suites. Okay.
That's exactly right.
So you were waiting for them to show up.
Pretty much. We met up that evening for dinner.
And it just it's just so they know before we jump into the next part, Kirk and I drove down.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was trying to understand. So you went from New Orleans, Louisiana, Kevin, Drove all the way up.
Well, me and Kirk.
Picked
Yeah,
up
yeah.
Kirk. But you picked up, or did you?
No,
meet?
Kirk-
I went to the North Shore. I went to the compound.
You went to Kevin's house?
I went to the
And
compound.
tell him what you saw.
Wait, yeah, I was going to say, wait.
Did you see
Stop.
the toilet?
I saw the mythical bathroom toilet in this Stoke compound.
We're not lying, were we?
Bedroom
Wait.
toilet, bathroom, the bedroom toilet, bed here, toilet here, no partition separating between.
That's how Kevin do it. You get the love, you get it all.
100%.
It is an actual thing. It's I have seen it. All of the myths of the Stoke compound that I've heard on this show are true.
You saw the bear in the front, too?
There's a bear in the front, scared the crap out of me. There's a bedroom toilet, and he does live in the woods. Now, at least a 10-mile long gravel road.
Did you show him the armory?
No, I didn't show him the army. It was all locked up. That wasn't important at the time, so we
That's fair.
we wanted to get to Disney World.
So did you drive the whole time?
Well, we split it up.
Okay.
Split it
Okay,
up, yeah.
that's
So
cool.
I did half, I guess, and then he did the other half, and took us right on in. It was a good drive. I thought.
Did y'all jam? Did y'all jam to something? Did y'all jam to Disney?
Well, you know what's
music?
fun? You know what's interesting? We listened to the Quest for the Best that we just
Oh.
did.
You listened to the show while you were driving out there?
And none of y'all veered off the road into the bushes?
No,
They were like, we missed him.
no, because we kept
Wow.
it engaged because he played along and he did some of his how he would rank the different parks for the Quest for the Best park.
Man,
of Walt
see,
Disney World.
Kurt, that's why you awesome.
So
man.
we did that for a
That's
good bit of the trip, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, and we listened to some other stuff and whatever, but that was the chunk of what we
Y'all
did.
had a character like defining moment.
We
That's
stopped
awesome.
at Buc-ee's.
In Alabama? Y'all stopped at the Alabama Buc-ee's?
Yeah, we
yes.
at the Baldwin Beach Express. Yeah,
Oh,
Orange
wow.
Beach. Yeah, and that's when he got the big ass sausage that he sent a picture of.
Oh,
You're
so you took your
Oh,
big ass
yeah, the
sausage.
big-
didn't
That's
you?
what I said. Yes, the picture said I miss Eli.
And I don't blame you. I'm a little bit bigger than that, but I don't blame you for the
He couldn't even
reminiscence.
finish it. He had to throw the rest of it out.
It was a big old brown sausage wrapped up in a white tortilla.
You know what? That's true love. Don't hate that. Don't
That
hate
is
that.
not
dude.
the Eli package.
No.
There's no white tortilla.
At that time, I was
No.
a passenger. We were in the left-hand lane, right? In the inside lane. So every time we come across somebody pass next to, I would take that big ass sausage and just through the window like this.
Slowly.
Raise it slowly.
Oh wow! I thought you were about to
what
say
is-
that you were so close to the other
So
car that
you-
you took the sausage and put it out the window and said, "Get a bite of that."
Can I get this straight? You non-consensually wave your sausage in other drivers' faces.
Just raise it in my window. It's in my own window. I ain't telling nobody to look.
Oh, that is so not. No.
Yeah,
no,
but
no.
you know what?
Anti-hot.
Get your hands off that water bottle. No, dude. That is so non-consensual.
Don't listen to him,
hold on.
Kurt.
No, that was so
Don't listen
totally
to
not
him.
What was
working.
not essential was the time I did it, and I took a bite out of it at the same time.
Oh,
Wait,
well,
you're not. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say it. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to just do the rise and then let him take.
No,
the
you're
look.
supposed to say no teeth.
Yeah, thank
Never
you.
teeth.
Yeah, show the passion. I
Yes.
agree with the first part, but then
be
the bite,
loving
yeah.
with the sausage.
Look,
Never.
I do consider myself a sausage connoisseur, and
Yes,
that was
sir.
a good sausage.
It was what kind?
That
of-
was a good
but-
sausage.
All right, well that's
That
I
good.
was
think it was
smoked sausage.
regular Buc-ee's smoked sausage.
There you
I
go,
think.
kebab that.
It did look good.
Get that, all that.
Yeah, I think I would have not risked it.
Well,
No.
you don't really. You don't. Yeah, you,
I'm
you don't
driving
engage,
up.
Yeah,
I've got
yeah.
18 hours or whatever the hell to go. I
good
don't
sausage.
know that I would have risked Buc-ee's dysentery.
But Kevin's a trooper for driving. We've driven with Kevin
We have
before to a trip.
driven with
Kevin
and we
is-
will again.
Kevin, yeah,
Yes.
Kevin, you're a beast. Like driving wise, like usually somebody, I'm tired, I gotta pull over. Kevin's like, yeah, I got this. Like, but Kevin
Yeah.
is a
Well, we
a
did split the
3-day
duties.
drive.
And then sometimes I got
there was a
tired.
fun part about this because I'm driving. Kevin, very conservative driver.
And this is stuff that Lee doesn't know because he was already down there.
He keeps his he kept his speed. I think you said the cruise.
Yeah, I
He's
cruised
driving-
on 75.
He's driving
pretty
10.
chill.
He's driving 10 and 2. Very good. Very conservative. Very safe.
Shoot.
Everything.
You're
And
watching him.
I said, Kevin, I just want to let you know, I've been a cop for 30 years,
He told me this.
and I do drive like a cop. Do you have a problem with that? He's like, nope. Drive however you want.
Drive like a
Just
cop.
get us there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get us there. I said, okay, just make it sure. 'Cause if while I'm driving, if I do something, if I drive in a way that makes you feel unsafe or unsecure, just let me know. I will back it
He
up.
gave
just,
me a
you know.
safe word, so I yelled it out every time.
You were kinder, gentler cop.
I've never heard
So-
that statement.
Yeah,
Good.
you drive like someone that can't get a ticket.
There you go, Eli. Next time, be like, oh, look, I'm doing the kinder, gentler driving cop package.
I'm gonna remember that when
Remember
Kurt's in
that.
the
So
car.
I'm thinking
with me.
back
Yes.
for Kevin with his 10 and 2 position, very conservative speed and everything, and I'm sitting there driving. Driving with one hand.
This is when it was your turn to drive.
Yeah, he was driving. Yeah.
Yes, when I was driving.
You were going 105.
I would not do that.
No, I will admit we did really good time because he was driving rather than me. Because I don't usually drive that fast, but when he took over, it's like, yeah, we're gonna make it for dinner reservation. Because we had a. But let me preface it by saying we did have an ADR for I think like 7:30 or 7:50 that night.
Yeah,
so that's what that was the turkey leg in front of our face. We had to get there.
Get there.
So y'all had a big wad of meat that y'all wanted to put y'all mouth on.
Yes.
And y'all just could not wait to get there.
Yeah, I was like Pac-Man with dots. And I was going down that highway.
Two of y'all
and you were like, screw the law. We're going to make this happen.
But Kirk was like, I am the law.
Not Florida. Not Florida. I was watching and I was looking, but there was none.
Kirk,
No,
I mean, like,
it was good.
but you knew what to look for.
You knew what to look for.
All right, so
it was a good drive.
Good trip.
Boom, you hollered it. I like it.
We stopped by. There was a Walmart along the way that we stopped by because I knew where it
Y'all
was.
stopped at a Walmart.
Yeah, he had to get some stuff. It was on 429, just outside of property. So I knew
What
that
did
one
he
was.
get?
What did you get?
I was a little light on shorts.
Oh yeah, he didn't have enough shorts.
Shorts.
He hasn't been following my packing advice, I guess, because I have plenty of shorts.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're going to Florida and you didn't think shorts were a necessity.
Oh no, I had shorts. I just needed to get a couple extra. I didn't have enough.
You anticipated an enormous need for shorts.
I did.
Okay.
I don't have a suitcase full of shoes. I got 3 shoes. That's it.
Yeah.
We're a good deal. 3 shoes, not enough shorts.
Not enough shorts.
To be continued. We're gonna find out why Kirk needed all the shorts.
All right, so you drive like a maniac. You get there.
Yeah, we get there. Lee, you were already where at Hollywood Studios? Is that right?
Yeah, so I got done a little bit earlier than I thought I was going to in Daytona. So I got to the hotel probably around 12 o'clock.
And you were able to check in. Okay.
Yeah,
how many people did you fire on the way over there?
No, that was the best part. I didn't have to fire no one. That was an easy week.
It was a good trip.
So, yeah, it was a good
Kids were employed.
So that's why I got done early. I didn't have to call the cops. Didn't have to file no police reports. Nothing. So yeah, I was back in Orlando at like 12 o'clock. So
wow,
good for you.
Yeah. Today was a good shot.
That's right.
Yeah. So I hit up Hollywood Studios for a little while. I wasn't sure what the whole craziness of the October 1st 50th anniversary was going to be like, how the crowds were going to be. So I was a little concerned I wasn't going to get on Rise. I thought, man, I don't know what's going to happen with this craziness. So I made sure to do that. Did some other stuff around the park.
You liked it?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Wait. You rode Rise without Kevin and Kirk.
I did have to do it just in case. I had to
just in case these slackers couldn't hold up their end.
You're a slacker, McFly.
Screw them.
I had to have a contingency plan.
Every podcaster for themselves.
Yeah.
Well, I'm riding Rise Resistance.
But I did wait for them for Mickey and Minnie. But I was like, Rise, that's a different level. Like I was like, I got to make sure. Yeah. So I did a little like a half day at Hollywood Studios and met them for dinner at Topolino.
These guys might screw up. They might cost me, and I'm every
more
podcast.
about, I wasn't
they're
sure.
driving.
I really wasn't sure how the crowds were going to be when we were able to get to Hollywood Studio.
Okay. Yeah, so we got there about 7, which was just enough time. I looked at the dress code and I kind of freaked out. We went to Topolino's, and so I kind of freaked out a little. I was like, what the hell? I can't wear shorts? Or I didn't understand the dress code thing. So I kind of freaked out. I changed into jeans. I bought a shirt at the gift shop. And it was like there's a new DVC shirt that came out that they just put on the rack. I was like, Kirk happened to find it because I was looking at all these other Riviera printed stuff. I was like, man, this is too damn expensive. And then Kirk's like, hey, come over here. And it was like a little Hawaiian shirt, flower shirt, but it had like DVC print and all of it. And he's like, hey, man, this looks like you. And I was like, that is. And I bought it.
Thank you, Kev.
And what's even more special about that experience is that when I got to the counter, I go up to pay, I hand the lady my shirt. She's like, you look familiar.
Oh, wow.
I was like, yeah, you know what, you do too. Now that I think about it.
Oh no.
And she's like, yeah, were you here like a couple weeks ago? And a couple weeks ago, I was evacuated from the storm, right?
You went to,
That's right.
Me and my family
were
we were Skyliner jumping. So we went to, of course, we visited the Riviera. We bought some waters there at the time. And she remembered me from that.
That's because you just got that aura.
You make an impression.
Yeah, we just started talking. I was like, yeah, that was me. I was like, oh, no way, yeah. It's like, I'm back. I actually get to enjoy the park this time. I'm here with the podcast people and stuff like that. And, we're just blah, blah, blah. She's like, yeah, I'll be here Sunday again.
Did you give her a Magic Our Way pin?
It did, yes.
Oh, did you?
That was like probably one of the first pins I gave out. Listeners, we brought pins down. And if you know Danny's name tag logo that he created for us, awesome name tag logo. we turned that into a pin, and we were just handing that out left and right. So there's a whole bunch of people down there that have.
They
the
were
pin.
a big hit.
It sparked.
They were a big hit.
Yeah. I mean, the cast members absolutely loved it. They took, it's like, are y'all cast members? Like, no, this is our podcast thing. It's like, oh, your pin is freaking awesome. So I tell them, instead of the castle, we got St. Louis Cathedral, which is the landmark for French Quarter, stuff like that. And I gave them pins. It's like, yeah, here we go.
Well, what can I say except you're welcome?
Yeah.
That sounds familiar.
No, that's Daniel Laws. He came up with that idea. Absolutely brilliant. And it was a big hit. So those pins.
Talking about you.
Me?
You.
You. So yeah, we went to dinner at Torpelino's. After I got my outfit together, I changed in the bathroom.
So you had to wear a suit to go to Torpelino's?
No, I put on jeans, so I had long pants and not shorts. Because I had like gym shorts and stuff. Because I usually dress comfortable on the road, and I got this nice new flowered shirt.
You were
with
too
DVC.
sexy for Torpelino.
Oh, I was not too sexy.
What was
for that.
Kirk wearing? Did Kirk have long pants on?
You changed into something. Didn't you have like a collared shirt or something or whatever?
Nope.
I thought you did.
Nope.
So Kirk was sitting there in shorts.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kirk's like,
I was
the
in
hell
shorts.
with this. I'm going in Topolino's.
Wait,
what I'm
blue
wearing.
jeans.
I'm
Blue jeans and a
confused.
t-shirt.
Oh, so you had blue jeans
Yeah,
already?
I drove in with blue jeans.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So this is a fancy dancy kind of restaurant.
It's a really nice place. So like
It's a signature dining restaurant.
and it's a signature restaurant that deserves the term signature, I think.
I understand the differentiate.
Yeah, yeah.
You got a what?
Differentiality they're making right there.
Yeah, because if you remember in our Space 220 review,
yes,
that's a signature restaurant too, but we'll get to that soon enough.
Okay, but so this is a fancy dancy.
It's akin to Narcoossee's, California Grill.
Yeah.
right.
That kind of thing.
There's a difference between booking a signature dining, say at like Spice Road Table, than booking a signature dining at say Narcoossee's.
Right.
Understood.
Or
that.
Cinderella's Royal Table is considered signature.
Ambiance.
Yeah, it's the atmosphere,
Yes.
ambiance,
Yeah.
how you feel.
Okay.
And so I felt better in the outfit that I bought.
Okay.
But we sat down at this meal, and I mean, first of all, number one, it was absolutely amazing. Number two, which kind of started off the whole atmosphere thing for me, is when we all ordered drinks. I got my drink, got this ice cube, and I think I might have sent y'all a picture. I don't remember, but I know I'll post it up on social media for the listeners. But they're one of the first restaurants to have the resort logo imprinted on their ice cubes. So first of all, they got artisanal ice, is what they call it.
Artisanal.
Yeah, there's no cloudiness. It's all clear. It's a block of ice this big. And they got the Riviera Resort logo imprinted on the ice.
Was it like carved out from the glacier that sunk the Titanic or something?
I think it was a mold, but I don't know. Maybe there's like some kind of person backstage with a pick and a hammer going, I don't know.
No, they probably
beautiful.
make it first, and then they make the ice cube around it.
They might have, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Signature
it-
It's like the
dining
ship
and
in
all
the
that.
bottle.
Yes.
but we will learn from the waiters that that's one of the first places to have that. So it's you can reason that other signature dining places may adapt this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have this? Can we see this ice cube?
Yeah, let me pull up the picture real quick.
I was gonna say because I just remember y'all maybe doing a toast or like a hey we're
Yeah, I
here
don't
kind
remember
of thing.
a big deal being made of the ice cube.
Yeah.
I'd love to see the ice cube.
I got it.
This picture.
Oh, you got the picture?
I want to examine the ice cube.
Oh, well, the ice cube melted. I mean, ice cube melted by that point.
Wait, no. So it was an actual.
It's
ice
an actual
cube.
ice cube. No, this wasn't like a glow.
Oh, this was not a glow. Oh, okay.
No, it was an actual ice cube.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that the one you hit a little button? Yeah, no, I
No,
think
there's
that
no
was
button.
Actual...
This sucker melted.
Who had this drink?
That was
Kevin?
me. That's
What
what
was
they
this
call
drink?
the new fashion instead of the old fashion. No, modern fashion. Sorry. And then Kirk got his favorite drink, which is the French Rose.
The French. That's your favorite drink?
Oh, now it is.
Oh,
Wanna get
now
there,
it
though.
is. So you didn't know prior to ordering it that was going to be one of your.
No, it was
no.
a shot in the dark, I think, right?
shot in the dark.
Yep. Very smooth. Very very sweet.
Very
You
sweet.
were really
Very sweet.
about that drink.
What was in it?
So French Rose has Grey Goose, Le Citron vodka, Combia Crème de Pamplemousse, Rose Liqueur,
Oh,
and raspberry, agave, lemon, and soda water.
Oh, enchanté.
Trish, you spoke French.
Ah, oui.
Who been developing what?
There was a lot of ha 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 going on that night.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
is the person that served you worthy of the ha? Is that what you're saying?
No,
No, it was a dude.
It was,
and
it was
he was a
Oh
cool
man,
guy.
why
He
you
was nice.
saying that then?
because we all night long. 'Cause it's French.
The restaurant was awesome. The food was great. I would definitely go there. And next time we go down there, we got to make a reservation for that.
At Topolino.
Yeah,
Topolino's.
Topolino's. They had a
So-
scallop.
Topolino's, okay.
Yeah,
The
Topolino's,
food
yeah.
was worth the price.
The food was definitely
Absolutely.
worth the price. The atmosphere was great. The lounge where you could drink, the bar was awesome.
What's something you had there that you know?
Yeah.
You don't have to go through the whole menu, sir.
Yeah, no,
but just like
100%.
what you had.
Eli, this is right here for you. The veal tomahawk chop.
Oh, you had a
That's-
big ass meat with bone. I
Yeah,
remember that.
meat on a stick.
Tomahawk.
That was
chop.
huge.
Yeah.
I like that name.
That's what you need. When you go, that's right up your alley, right there.
Served with what? Potatoes, mashed potatoes.
Yeah, they had some kind of
vegetables.
potatoes. I don't remember exactly, but I think they're like a potato pave, something like
Yeah,
that. They were
potato
good.
spring au gratin or
No,
something.
it's very
they say,
important
yeah.
because that extra dish is what puts you over the top. But okay, I like that. I like that name.
But if I could just mention, I had the bouillabaisse, which is the waiter told me was a very traditional French dish.
It sounds like a soup.
It's a French stew. And, you know, I took a shot in the dark. I saw Lee's meat. And I was like, damn, I wish I would have ordered that. But when I got mine, yeah, I know I did. I envied
That
his meat.
took you to a new level of travel.
Let me just clarify.
Can we use that for a sound clip?
You saw
Please.
Lee's meat, and you're like, I want that.
Yes,
No, Hasselvika.
because he got that, and I got a little bowl with some seafoods and shit in it.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like,
yeah,
damn,
and
I
you're
wish I
like-
would have gotten that meat with the bone.
That ain't enough.
You wanted nothing more than to suck on Lee's meat.
That's right. Because it
That
looked,
ain't enough, though. That ain't enough.
but
What
it
you
definitely
had.
looked,
Succulent.
it would definitely look more succulent than mine at first.
Oh, sure.
At first.
I mean, his meat is legendary.
I took a picture of Lee's meat.
Oh, you
yeah.
took a picture of Lee's meat.
It's pretty huge.
Wow.
Big piece of white meat
Now,
right there.
oh my
There's one.
goodness.
May as well pass
Yeah,
that
that was-
meat
that was
around.
pretty big.
That's good veal.
I think
right
Lee,
there.
Eli, you would have dug that. I think Eli would have dug the veal chop, and Danny would have dug the diver scallops.
Yeah, I swung from the fences first off, right? First restaurant, I'm swinging for the fences. Let me get this big ass piece of meat on
Ain't
the
no
bone.
R's in that.
No, there's no R's.
What
in
is
there.
this sitting on top of Lee's meat?
His is served with a potato spring onion gratin
Oh, okay.
and a lemon veal au jus.
It was pretty good. I'll just say that.
No,
was
it
pretty amazing.
does look very
I would be on
appetizing.
top of the scallop. So I'll
Yeah, you
take
would.
They did have,
these
yeah, they had some
scallops.
scallops.
But I tell you what, I've never had a bouillabaisse before. But when I started eating it, I mean, I think you guys might dig it too, or at least Danny might actually dig it. You might dig it too. I don't know.
I'm a meat guy. I'm a carnivore.
Yeah,
by heart.
so it might be more towards Danny, like, but it's like probably the richest seafood. I don't know, stew,
Like a
French
gumbo
thing.
kind of
It's
thing.
like a gumbo, but man, it was like very thick with flavor.
What kind of seafood was in it? Because that kind of defines the taste of the roux.
Well,
as
there was a red snapper, clams, mussels, and fennel, and yeah, there's
Mussels
some
is pretty. Yeah.
Was the
okay.
meal so good because y'all had dined at various Buc-ee's on the way in?
No. This was not affected by Buc-ee's. Yeah, it was by itself. Yeah, because at first I'm just like, God, man, I just got like a bowl of seafood, and I saw these guys' meals. I'm like, shoot, I should have gotten something different. But then when I started eating, I'm like, holy crap, this is incredible.
Yeah, but you went for it. That's why
I went for it.
you-
Yeah, I was like, let me
that's
try.
why
I've
you-
never had a bouillabaisse. I've always heard the damn term. So I was like, well, here's my opportunity to try a freaking
You
bouillabaisse.
live in New Orleans. I mean, there's a lot of bouillabaisse.
I know. I've never had it, and I want to now. It's incredible. It's
Okay.
absolutely incredible.
Okay, I like
All right.
that. I like that endorsement. That's between Lee's meat and Kevin's endorsement. That sounds like a good.
But next Walt
restaurant to
Disney World
try.
trip, we got a podcast trip. We got to do it
What now? For the record, where is this restaurant located?
at the
At the
10th
hotel.
Yeah, the 10th floor of the Disney Riviera Resort.
What did you have, Kirk?
I had the rigatoni. I went for pasta and chicken.
Oh, you did,
And it
yeah.
was very good, very rich, very cheesy, very saucy. I like a sauce. I like a saucy rigatoni.
You know
Yes.
what? Get all that sauce, baby. Get all
The
that
sauce was dripping. It was like, sauce.
But did you enjoy the
It was
dish?
very, very good.
The ambiance of where you were.
Oh yeah,
Now that you-
everything.
it-
And then
it's-
eating, the fireworks are going off next door at Epcot.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was like, outside, you can see the fireworks from Epcot and the Magic Kingdom. Is that right, guys? Yeah. So, I mean, they didn't pipe in the music, which I thought would have been smart. But you can stand out. They have like a little patio area with a bar, which you can also stand in and look and watch these things going.
But I also think they were testing the fireworks, so I do believe once the show is final, now that the show is finalized, that they will have the music to the show at the in the patio.
Was it a packed room?
The patio,
not really.
Well, the patio when we went to try to go see it was packed, right?
Okay.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
then we said, screw this. We'll
So they
just
had
go
like
back again.
outdoor viewing or something?
Yeah, they have like an
Yeah.
outdoor lounge area.
Kind of like contemporary?
Dude, that's like
Yep.
a place we could totally hang out and drink and look at all the sites because it overlooked Caribbean Beach Resort. So like all those
sure.
lights
Okay.
and the Riviera pool and
Yeah.
just like Epcot in the distance, it was absolutely beautiful.
So my question to y'all was: would you say this gives Narcoozy a run for its money?
Sure, absolutely.
Oh, that's strong.
No, you gotta
phrase.
let that happen, baby. You gotta let that happen.
All right, so listen, I thought about this because the problem is I haven't ate Narcoossee's in how long? When did we go that trip? That was several years ago. So definitely this is a fresher, memory to draw off of. And I'm trying to remember how good Narcoossee's was, and it was really good. I'm just saying that it is in that level. Narcoossee's, California Grill, it's in that level.
So it sounds like he's walking back his statement.
No, but wait. We have 2 other people that ate there. Let's see what they gotta say, D.
I mean, I'll go with that. I'll say it deserves to be on that level.
Of the koozies.
Of the koozies, California Grill, unlike some other restaurants we know.
All right.
But I think it deserves to be on that level. I don't know if it's as good, but it's definitely not far from it.
So you say the experience of being there and what you see, everything like that is good, but food depends on what you order on the menu?
Well, no, the food experience itself was the bigger portion of it for me.
Okay.
Like I mean, the restaurant, the atmosphere is nice, but it's just like a big open room, So it's not like it's a huge atmosphere, but I think the food and the service itself was really, really good. I thought it was really well done. And, when I go to restaurants, I judge everything by the food. I mean, it's like experience is great and all, but if your food isn't good, it's like that doesn't make me want to come back.
No, look, bro, you are a food dude. We've done a bunch of shows where like you've broken the menu down and everything like that, and then you've come back and tried it, and you've put your heart into it. So that's why I'm kind of curious.
I enjoyed it. I think as a whole, all of us would have found something at Torpelino's we liked.
Last question.
Wait. When Kirk don't got
go ahead.
Kirk, what do you think? You've had them both?
I've only done Narcoossee's once, and it was like 2016, I think. So my memories aren't all that good. This, like Lee said, it's the fresher memory of this one. But I would say, yeah, it deserves to be at the same level.
It's on that same level. Does it?
I
So
think
it
so.
doesn't top it. We need more experience to have with this place. And then
this is one experience with both of them. So I mean,
wow, that's big. That's big endorsement that y'all giving it.
That's a good point you bring up. It's like Narcoossee's been around for a while, so it has a proven track record. Torpelino's is rather new, so it's yet to be determined.
And then you got the electrical water pageant going right by Magic Kingdom fireworks.
Y'all could have
100%.
easily have said, look, that wasn't
It's
good.
a strong endorsement. Very
Thank
much.
you. Yes, you're right.
With me, nostalgia plays a big role, so it's hard to top it unless you've been around for a while. But I'm willing to give Torpelino's a chance.
That's still a big endorsement.
Yeah, next trip we need to do both.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Doesn't take a whole lot to get me to try scallops. I will say that.
So that night we stayed at, like I said, at the Disney Springs area for one night, the Doubletree Suites by Hilton Orlando.
So y'all ate at the Riviera even though you weren't staying there yet.
Correct. Yeah.
Correct.
Yes. And before we got back to hotel, I jumped ahead. We hung out with that was the night we hung out with some of your TA friends, right?
Yeah. So a couple of the travel agents said, "Hey, man, we're going to go over to
Enchanted Rose.
And grab some drinks."
Oh, the Grand
Floridian.
Floridian.
At the Grand Floridian, yeah.
At the Grand Floridian. So we did that. We drove over there, right, Kevin?
Yeah, we drove over there, and normally you can't go in unless you got some kind of restaurant reservation. And so we talked to the guy, the security guy, and thankful for him. I wish I would have caught his name, but he was very. Maybe it's good that I didn't catch his name, but he was like, this. I'm glad. I'm not supposed to do this, but y'all aren't staying the night. It's like, no. We just came to meet some people, friends for drinks. They're already in there. He's like, actually, he asked, are they already in there? I was like, yeah, they're already in there. And we're going to stay for a little bit, and then we're going to go back to our hotel. It went on. It's like, yeah, okay, yeah, that's fine. Just make sure you go park at the vacation club area. And I knew where the parking lot was because I'd stayed there like a few years ago. So I'm like, yeah, is it still up on the right? We got a rapport. It's like, yeah, y'all can go ahead. Y'all cool. Yeah, because normally we're filled tonight, but I'm not supposed to do this, but y'all go ahead.
What time are you talking about here?
This is, I think, maybe 10?
10-ish, yeah, because I remember the bar closed at 12, and by the time we got actually parked and walked over there, and it was about 10:30. So we didn't have a lot of time to hang out, but it was about 10:30 by the time we actually got to Enchanted Rose.
Yeah, but it was nice. I'd never been there since they switched it over.
Gorgeous, isn't it?
It was great. I mean, we even did a lap to try to find their friends and stuff, and I guess I got to see all the bar area, and it's like, man, I want to hang out here more. This is great. This is a nice little bar.
So you hung out with Lee's travel agent friends?
Yeah, we did. We did. We met some of the other Magical Moments Vacations travel agents. Even the boss, the head person.
Wow,
her and her husband. Yeah,
the owner was
Boss
there.
lady was there.
Boss lady was there.
Damn.
The boss lady bought our drinks.
That's why she's the boss lady.
She picked up the entire tab. I'm like, you didn't even know her.
Is she single?
No, she's not. She's not single.
Damn it!
Her husband was there.
Her husband was there, and he was very cool. And it was like,
No, that's cool. No, all right.
Her husband was there.
Her husband was there. He was very cool. So it was like,
That's a smart man right there.
So did y'all ask her about sponsoring the podcast?
I don't think I did.
You did not. And Lee, did you?
I was like, no, I'm not going to step over anyone's feet
Christ's
today.
sake.
I'm like,
Yo.
this is my first time. I never even met this lady before in my life.
No, wait,
That was the
met
first time you
lady
met her?
that the woman you
Not in
worked
person.
for.
Not in
That's
person.
the first time you met her.
That's when you gotta smooth. You got to smooth because you ain't got nothing to lose.
Ladies and gentlemen, Wishful Wanderings Travel Agency. They're a wonderful travel agency. Like, they even hooked me up and Eli up with like $50 Uber gift certificate to the,
Oh yeah, there was. Oh god.
Oh, we got to get from the airport
With no Rachel Vika.
with no Robert Javica. Yeah, wait.
Like you are bringing her
Yeah,
money.
you're bringing her notes.
That's all I'm saying. You're actually helping her.
Because this is the moment where we could be talking about her in Magical Moments.
We putting
Vacation.
her on blast.
But instead, we're going to talk about Wishful Wanderings Travel, which is a great travel.
Gets you
agency.
$50 on the Uber.
Takes care of you.
Does it very well.
100%
With
Rachel
no Rachel
Robert.
Vika.
Ask for her.
And it's all to make sure that if you want to stalk your friends, they won't even find you.
You want to stalk your friends, they don't even know you're there. Book Wishful Wanderings Travel.
But anyway, so we had drinks there.
Okay.
That's it.
And it was great, yeah.
Did you meet this person that Lee never met?
I met this person, but it's like when you're in a social circle and the way they sat, it was like the boss lady and her husband. And so we got on the side of the husband and he started talking to us.
So she was
And the boss lady was talking to other people on the other side.
She's
so
trying to get more
we didn't really
paid.
chance to talk. And then the husband leaves and then she goes and takes care of the check. And then she goes and tries to find her husband because her husband, I guess, wandered off. Runs into Kirk. And I don't know what conversation you guys had.
Kirk, you
With her
did
husband?
the job.
Yeah, no,
Kirk did
when
the
she was
job.
looking for her
Yeah,
husband.
she was looking for her husband. He
Because I saw y'all out there and I was like, what the hell are you
Yeah,
talking
because
about?
she was wanted to leave, but her husband was nowhere around. Said, I can't find him. I don't know where he's at. I said, somewhere around here.
Lee was like, let me just throw all these other people into the fire and hopefully I won't get blown up.
Lee.
I think at that point, Lee was talking to travel agent William. Another.
That's a different person?
It's a different person. He's a TikToker. He's a friend that we made, and he's a good guy. He listens to our show too.
Travel Agent William. Okay, shout out to Travel Agent
He's
William.
out of Lake Charles.
Oh, he's from Louisiana.
Yeah, he's out of Louisiana, and he listens to us.
Yeah, definitely.
In fact, it's funny because he was saying, it's like, oh man, I love y'all show. He listened to it. There's a couple of things you guys got wrong about Disney Genie, and that's the only thing that ever got me riled up. It's like, oh man, we'd love to have
Why
you on.
did he
and
write
talk
back?
about it.
Why did he write in
like,
on
what
that?
did we get wrong?
Yeah,
Oh,
what did we
I
get
don't
wrong?
remember. I told him you have to come on and we have a discussion. That'd be great. So hopefully we'll have him at some point. But it was good. It was good to kind of meet them.
Okay,
we kind of
good.
ran in.
Good.
We kind of ran into them all throughout the trip and stuff and whatnot. We're
Let's
moving on.
Move forward.
So we're at the DoubleTree Hiltons, and this is actually a surprising Disney Springs resort. I've never stayed other than the B Hotel, I've never stayed at any other Hotel Plaza Resort hotel.
It was kind of like the Contemporary light. Like it almost looks like the Contemporary from a distance.
Why was it light then?
Well, because it's not as good as the Contemporary.
Yeah, why?
No monorail and that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
No A-frame and no.
Yeah, there's no A-frame.
But it's kind of this shape and the windows and stuff.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
exactly. We were literally there for like an hour before we went to sleep.
Okay.
Like, we didn't stay there a lot. We didn't have any interaction so much with anything outside that. I checked into the room about 12. They checked in.
We didn't have to check in because you checked in. We got to the room after dinner, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was late by the time we checked in, and then we woke up the next morning and we were done. So there wasn't no experience of staying downtown Disney.
Well, we woke up the next morning, and that's when we shot the shoe video, which is on YouTube. So listeners, if you want to check out why we always talk about Lee's plethora of shoes.
Very well
We have a
coordinated.
video on that. And that was also the same morning in which Kirk Landy jumped in my bed. I was blessed to be the only person whose bed he jumped on that trip.
So he did not do the sneak, I need something.
No, I did. Well, say sneak into their room. The doors are right there to get the extra pillows and blanket because I slept on the sofa.
All I remember is I woke up at something and Lee pointed. I guess noticed Kirk was there, and Kirk was there. He was rearing up like a cat,
Okay, I've seen that. Yes. He looks like he's going to
And
tackle
so
you.
I was like, oh, I know what's going to happen. So I picked my legs up because I didn't want him landing on my legs. And boom, launches into my bed. There he is. Kirk in my bed.
I had to do it at least one time.
Kirk, you
Did
happy.
one time.
That means he's happy. If he launches into your bed He does that. He's a very happy.
It was a
I'm glad I made you happy.
You're the
it was
person
a
that
good
makes
time.
him the most happiest. That's what that means.
So we just stayed there that night. We got checked into, we checked out of the hotel. We didn't get like an early start, right? Because we were like, man, we stayed out late.
Well,
Had some good
to
times.
that point, that was pretty much our whole trip, right? It's like you kind of adapted to. I mean, I don't want to say my schedule, but the schedule that I usually run is like I hit the parks for about 10 o'clock, and then we close the thing down. And so, not that we closed the parks down, but we were out late doing whatever, and we finally got moving around 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, hit the parks for that day, and then we closed the park down for the most part.
So we went to what, Animal Kingdom that day?
Yeah, we went to
Yes.
Kirk's favorite park, Animal
Yes.
Kingdom.
We went to Animal Kingdom first.
Why you sound so?
That's not Kirk's favorite park.
No, it's not Kirk's favorite park. I was joking.
Disney World trip first. Park. Animal Kingdom.
Well, he's talking about it.
What? Why so dour?
Because it's not my favorite. I admit it was the best day.
It was the best day. It was the best
best day.
day at that park, and you had a good time.
That was a good time.
But you just don't want to give it credit because it's Animal Kingdom.
Yes.
Okay, well, that's very selfish of you.
I am as God has made me.
But anyway, so yeah, we were at Animal Kingdom there during that day. We stumbled upon a showing of Kite Tales.
Kite Tails.
Kite Tails, woo!
It's like I think we're trying to get to Expedition Everest before we had lunch at Space 220, and then we happen to, it's like, hey, they're starting Kite Tales. Like
Every day that I've been making kite tails.
it's like we probably should check this out. Then we went in, we got a seat, we got to
Wait,
see what
did
this.
you didn't like the show? You liked the
No,
show? didn't you?
I wasn't a fan.
not at all.
I wasn't a fan of the show.
People are trashing that show that I've seen on social media.
I did go live. I was able to. That's one of the few times I was able to go live. And unfortunately, my video cut short. I mean, it wasn't much left to the show anyway, but it cut short because my phone overheated because there was like no cover to the
Your
seating
phone
area.
overheated?
Yeah, I had it up here like this, so I guess it was in direct angle to the sunlight.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So my iPhone said, it's too hot. I got to shut down. So I was like, okay, well,
You
whatever.
didn't blow it?
No, I didn't blow it. Or maybe I did, but it didn't work. But look, either way, it wouldn't have helped. Even if I
No,
would
it
have
wouldn't
finished,
help. No.
finished the footage, it wouldn't have helped. I don't know. I wasn't a big. I mean, it's kites being pulled by jet skis. I'm not.
The Miami Vice Action Spectacular from Universal Studios or Kite Tails, you would go as Miami Vice.
I probably would go with Miami Vice.
Miami Vice.
'Cause
Okay.
which, by the way, they have Scarab like speedboats, which I absolutely love.
Oh, those
Okay.
are awesome. Yeah.
Those are badass. Scarab speedboats are
Scarab,
badass.
yeah.
But these little jet skis pulling around kites. A lot of people are knocking the fact that the kites are crashing. It's like, no, they're just landing it, and they don't land it off stage. So it's like you could see where they land the dang kites.
There you go. Clarify for them.
Except for one that got caught. Y'all caught it. Someone got caught on a branch or whatever. So it was like,
Yeah.
So this show just is terrible.
That's an apt description.
that's what it looked like. It was like going through the air. It hit something and went.
This is an OSHA lawsuit waiting to happen, man. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty nuts. OSHA.
OSHA.
Think about it. You got a guy driving the jet ski, right? Then you got a guy sitting on the back of the jet ski, which I assume he's strapped in because this kite would probably pull him off. So he's on the back holding the kite. You got the guy driving the jet ski, and then you got them going all around the lake. And I swear to God, like, I don't know how they don't kill each other in this. And I'm sure they've got a place they're supposed to, drive through, and they've got a routine. But I could see how like one false move, man, and dude, someone's going to get hurt. It was crazy, man. And to Kevin's point, man, like that stadium, correct me if I'm wrong, that stadium was built to show the nighttime show, right?
Yeah, it was
so there's no
rivers of light,
shade,
yeah.
there's no, there's no overhang, anything. So you're just sitting here in the blazing sun watching, some guys come out with some sticks, in front of you, and then off in the distance, these kites. And it's just like, all right, well, I saw it. I don't ever need to see this again.
Basically, it's like you got people dancing in front of you, then kite. Then people dancing in front of you, then kite. Then people dancing in front of you. In the show. That was it. And it was not like, woo. It was like, woo, woo. No, it was more like, woo. It's freaking hot.
There's nothing like the kites, they form a letter or like happy 50th or nothing like that. Like as a person that doesn't
Man,
really
that would be ambitious. No, this is just kites flying on the back of a jet ski.
just random. So it's a very random show.
And it's not even like you can just sit there and relax. Like, let's say you're not the biggest fan of Carousel of Progress, but at least, you can sit down, relax, get some AC. This is just full-blown sun watching the cheapest looking kite you've ever seen, first of all. They look so cheap.
All right. So now on Thursday, the other than kite tails, I can't say that it's a significant. The other significant thing we did is we had lunch, right? Those lunch reservations at Space 220.
Oh, you've been talking about this since
Space
a couple
220.
of
We
shows
talked
before.
about it. Yeah, we finally got the menu.
Couple of menus, yes.
To start this off, we got an email from Mr. Potato Head, one of our Mohicans.
Okay.
Fan
Potato
listeners
Head.
regarding Space 220. And if y'all remember the review that we did when they finally released their menu.
Yes, yes.
It was not good.
Yes, it was not a good review. We didn't view it favorably.
But we toughed through it.
But now we have the actual experience to see if that review matches the reality.
And does it?
Yeah. We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about it in that second. Let me read this email from Mr. Potato Head. So thank you for writing in. And for any of you listeners that want to do the same, show at magicourway.com. So Mr. Potato Head says this. He says, if reservations for Space 220 were available when Lee was getting me and Bo hooked up and booked up with dining reservations for a visit in a few weeks.
With no Hasselvika.
I was going to say it.
Mr. Potato Head says, I toss them in a black hole.
Oh!
And report for duty, sir.
Right in that black hole, too.
And to be fair, he did censor himself, but I decided to fill it in for you. I'll just keep it out. I did no, but he did write it, but he censored himself. He did asterisk.
That is a national hero. That is our Jack Ryan.
So Mr. Potato Head says this. He says, you are all spot on with your assessments of the menu.
Oh, he's been there.
No, he just, I guess he based it off of our review.
Okay.
He says, the cost of watching a TV screen and especially Danny's tagging of the name lazy. He said that seems accurate.
Who'd I call lazy? Wait,
No, you said the naming was lazy.
The way towards the end, the way it was, it wasn't
the naming was lazy.
space.
So he was agreeing with that.
Yes.
He says, I'll watch the NASA channel and cook my own greens instead of wasting my money there. And he ends his email with this. He says, your show was, as always, entertaining, hilarious, and filled with important information. Where else can we fans learn about a crime family being lucky enough to pick up an iPad that fell off a truck?
That was a genius show.
He says, that, my friends, is why I'm a Patreon supporter of the show. Stay sexy, Mr. Potato Head.
Hey!
Thank
Mr.
you for
Potato
your Call
Head.
of Duty, sir, as always.
Duty. Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
But let's get to it, guys. We ate at Space 220, and we met up with Downs on the ground, Stephen Downs. He got off of work to join us in this experience. And Kirk's, there's a new person we met. Kirk, you can introduce him. Who did we meet on this trip? It's a friend of yours.
Yep, his name is Scott Gardner. He lives in Florida. I met him a couple of years ago through another podcast, not Disney related. He's a comic book podcaster. He also
What podcast is that?
Give him a little plug.
His podcast network is called Two True Freaks.
Two True Freaks.
And they talk about comic books?
Yeah, comic books. It's a whole podcast comic book network. They
You sure it's about comic books?
It's all about comic books.
Because that sounds a little sexual. Two True Freaks.
No, it's him and a good friend of his, but they other people also. It's a whole. They have a bunch of different podcasts on this own network. They're all about comic books. They have one that's called Back to the Bins, where they talk about older comic books.
Oh wow! Okay,
about the Golden Age stuff. It's a lot of good stuff. It's a funny story. The way I met him is that I met him through another podcast. It was a Superman podcast with some other guys I listened to, and Scott was a guest star on it. Well, guest on that podcast one time, and he was basically complaining and bitching about the state of Superman. This is a few years ago. This is before all the stuff going on with the character now. It's a few years ago, talking about how DC was really doing him bad, and they weren't treating. It wasn't the stories, and talking about the golden age of Superman back in the '80s and stuff like that.
People liked him,
and I just thought, this is an old cranky guy talking bad about what's going on with the character that I love right now. I was like, you know what? I really like it. I like this guy. So I finally reached out to him, got to know him a little better. I've done some comic book swaps with him and stuff like that. And
does he draw? Does he write?
No, just a fan.
All right.
Just
okay.
A fan.
Well, I 100% disagree about Superman, but I 1,000% agree with what he's saying. Like, he did a review recently on our page about
the Jim Corkins Hotel book.
The Jim Corkins Hotel book.
Yeah,
and I thought that was brilliant.
So for listeners, if you're curious, Scott Gardner is in the Magic Our Way Pleasure Island Facebook group. He's a good contributor now on our Facebook page. So You can catch his name on there all the times, and that was one of the reviews that he was talking about.
Oh,
that he was
awesome
talking
about him.
Yeah.
I would love to talk comics with
he's
this
he's
guy.
a big Disney fan. Also loves Disney history. Big thing is Epcot, the early days of the park.
Early days of Epcot. Yeah. I love the early days of Epcot.
Horizons, World of
64,
Motion.
65 World's Fair. He's a real big fan of that.
100%, yeah.
He's a historian of sorts. He's a collector.
Anyway, so yeah, we met up with his friend Scott. That's the first time we met the guy. Very nice guy. You know, he was very, very cool to hang out with.
So he ate with y'all at 220
Yeah.
Right.
And
with Steven Downs.
yeah, with Steven now. So we finally got to experience this dang thing.
You enjoyed it. Was the menu?
I won't go so far. I say he's enjoyed it.
You wouldn't even know.
Well, let me say this. Let me just say this.
All right.
If that meal would have been about $30, I would feel a lot better about it. But I spent $70 with a tip for lunch, no dessert or anything like that. The previous night we ate at Torpelino's, I spent $80 for dinner and had an amazing meal. This place is so overpriced, it's ridiculous. I mean, and the balls they got to call this thing signature dining.
Yeah.
I mean, that is, I don't know what they think signature dining consists of, but this is not it.
But Lee, the restaurant is supposed to be out of this world.
Yeah, did you take into account that you were dining 220 miles away from the Earth's
Exactly.
atmosphere?
Thank you. Yes.
I took a dump in that restaurant, and hopefully that shot 220 miles down and landed on somebody that created this restaurant. Because let me say this, like,
Probably floated back up. I'm just saying.
nothing about the service is signature. Nothing about the meal is signature. Nothing about the food. Nothing about the atmosphere is signature in any kind of way. And $70 for lunch is stupid.
All right, question, Lee. So you didn't feel like you were in space at all, even though there was that background with the windows of Earth and all that? Nothing.
Okay, so I may be wrong here. Maybe I'm not understanding how everything works. But so there's these big windows, obviously projections and things like that. But there's also lights around the window. And I'm assuming because, you know, the restaurant would be too dark if these lights weren't in there. But that, to me, threw the whole thing off. Like, there's a big glare on there. It didn't seem realistic, of course, to me. But, I mean, I knew it was just a screen anyway, so maybe that's part of it. But, like, I could see, like, taking your 8-9-year-old kid there, and they'd be like, wow, this is so cool. Then, okay, great, you know, that you get it. But one of the cool things was, like, seeing different spaceships float across, and there were actual spaceships, like, hey, that's the spaceship from Spaceship Earth, and that's the spaceship from Space Mountain, and things like that. So that was kind of cool. But man, like, I didn't care for the atmosphere. I wasn't impressed in any kind of way at all.
So it was coral reef in space.
That's exactly how I would describe it.
Coral reef in space.
Yes. I think it's the same because I'm not a big fan of coral reef either. It's like, you know, I mean, only because we come from an area which has killer seafood restaurant, and so it's like you go there, it's like, okay, great. The atmosphere, it's seafood.
It's subpar seafood.
Exactly, but with like next to an aquarium. So this is like, we saw the freaking menu. It's like regular food with
Space.
It's space.
Yeah.
Space. And you know, I'm not gonna knock the atmosphere as bad as Lee had made it. I mean, I thought it was kind of cool how the screens worked and everything was kind of joined and you saw the little spaceships. But if you remember when I was talking about Torpelino's, I judge a restaurant by its food because I go to a restaurant to eat, not to experience something like, say, an attraction. I want food, like, and good food, you know? And so the atmosphere, it was fine. Okay, it worked. It made the illusion that you were up in space to a certain extent. But the food just wasn't, I mean, it was good, but it was not like, I didn't think I had to pay that much.
It wasn't out of this world.
Like, I agree with Lee. It's like, it wasn't out of this world. The price was out of this world. I didn't feel like I felt after Torpelino's as far as the value, the quality of the food versus the value that I paid for.
It was, and that was shared amongst the table.
That I think so. I mean, I don't want to speak for them, but I know I think Steven wasn't a big fan either. And just to let you know, I ordered this just because we talked about it. I got the free range chicken.
Oh, wow.
Just because it's like, well, I might as well get the free range chicken.
So was it free? Because the range was between whatever you had to pay for and free. That's
well,
what
in
the joke
space, everything is free. Yes.
No,
Those
it's totally zero.
Yeah.
I got the end opposite of free.
They can range all as much as they want.
Ain't no chickens in space, baby.
It was good.
The free range chicken was
The free range chicken was good, but not for the
it was overpriced.
Yeah.
So like Lee said, it's true. It's just overpriced for the ambiance and the meal that you're getting.
Exactly. Yeah.
Even though you're eating in space.
Even though you're eating space.
But you didn't feel nothing about being in space, right? Outside of the windows.
I even thought to myself, like, one thing you could have imagineered is at least had the the floor shake a little bit to make some kind of idea that, you are on a moving vessel. Because Lord knows it's not that something up that high in space is not going to be that stationary. You don't have to be a scientist to figure that out.
So did you have to take the hydrolators?
Yeah, we took the hydrolators up and
for
down.
lack of a better term,
Yes.
up and down.
Up and down, yeah.
Restaurant with a pre-show.
Yep. Restaurant with a pre-show.
Restaurant and pre-show. Okay,
there were no crazy stunts or no when we go to
there was no moment
Traders say. Yeah, the traders. Yeah.
Sure. No,
There's nothing
like
that. You order a certain drink and
nothing like that.
Right. No chick comes out. She looks alien.
That would have been cool.
Nothing.
No.
That would have been an improvement.
To be straight with this, now y'all met the head guy of the restaurant group, the Patina restaurant group that sponsors.
Yeah, we thought it was Bob Chapek.
All bald white guys look alike.
That is exactly what it was.
He was
Exactly.
a space clone.
Oh hell yeah!
I think it was your friend Scott that was like, Bob, do you mind if we take a picture? And he's like, oh, I'm not Bob. Although I've been mistaken for that all day today.
Okay, and then that's what y'all said. Well, okay, I'm sorry, we were totally mistaken. What's your name? Bob.
Oh yeah, exactly. His name was Bob too.
His name was Bob.
His name was Bob.
Oh, well, how about that?
Go figure.
Wow.
Yeah, he was faux Bob.
Faux Bob.
Yeah, we called him Faux Bob.
He wasn't the
when we were
Bob you
checking in.
wanted, just the Bob you needed.
It wasn't just us assuming because when we were checking in by the desk, that same guy walked past us. And I saw him. I was like, "Look at Scott." I said, "Was that Bob Chapek?" He's like, "I think that was. I think that was Bob Chapek." So, but the maitre d', whatever, the guy was checking us in, overheard us. He said, "Well, I don't know if that was him, but he's definitely in a restaurant tonight."
Oh yeah, I do
So
remember.
Bob
Definitely at a
Chapek
restaurant
was
today.
back there in the
He
restaurant.
said he was there. That's what the guy said. So when we saw this guy, we was like, "Well, that's Bob Chapek." So Scott called him over and he's like, "Yeah, well, I'm not Bob Chapek, but I've been mistaken."
But he was a
for him
nice
before."
guy.
He was a nice
He
guy.
chatted
He was
with
nice
us for a
to-
while. He chatted with us for a good 5-10 minutes.
y'all
It wasn't like he
tell
brushed us
him?
off or
Did you tell him his restaurant sucked?
This is
Well, we hadn't
This is
eaten at that
before.
point.
It was before.
I didn't there yet.
Yeah, we didn't eat there yet.
Okay, so So when it was over, did y'all ask for him to be brought back to the table so I could tell him that his restaurant sucked? Bring me Bob!
Bald Bob.
Give me Bob!
We wanted the waiter back at that point because it was taking forever to pay the bill.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
the waitress or waiter disappeared?
Well, in space, the little credit card machines work slower.
Yeah,
that's the Wi-Fi.
Because it's satellite. It's satellite internet,
Right.
so it takes forever.
Takes
to
a
get
while.
to the server.
Maybe
Yes,
your
that's
waiter
right.
or waitress had to teleport down to Earth to like actually ring the card and then teleport
That's
back.
probably what happened.
That's
So
Yeah.
can we, did y'all make friends with Bob? Can we have Bob on the show so we can talk about how restaurant is?
No, I don't know if you want to.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
That's not going to happen.
Not gonna happen.
We're
I-
not going to talk to Bob.
No, I did. We did connect. I connected with him
you
on
killed
LinkedIn
me.
at least. So
Oh, well, look, if he wants to sponsor the show,
Then it's the greatest
it's the
restaurant,
greatest
in all
restaurant we ever
history
heard of.
Disney.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
but we have some pointers.
I'll play
Okay.
ball. What do y'all need?
Yeah, what do you got?
No shame. Yeah.
Right.
Oh my God, Mr. Wilson, it's the best restaurant ever.
Wink.
Just put some
Wink.
pepper on it.
We're on pot. Like we just do the little winky thing. Like
That
Look.
flat iron steak, you know what? It may be the size of a small hamburger, but it's the best flat iron steak I've ever had in my
Oh
life.
wow, flat iron steak the size of less than the actual hamburger.
and y'all
patty.
y'all are already ready to turn on this man. Y'all met the man. Like Eli and I have no loyalty to the Bobs whatsoever.
Yeah, I don't know who this is.
No. We're like, we could totally turn on this guy, and we have no feeling about it. Y'all,
Bald Bob
Two things to
scared
improve
me.
this restaurant: lower the prices, Star Wars overlay. I'll go back to any day of the week.
Okay, but what if they can't do the Star Wars overlay because of something else that's happened?
Lower the prices.
They're a contractor essentially. The
what,
way
if, what if the people who own Star Wars, like Disney,
Disney, yeah.
says, no, you can't use it in their restaurant?
because I think the way when we first talked about the menu part, Kevin gave the history of the restaurant, so that gave me the impression that the restaurant.
No, I gave you the history of the restaurant group.
I think-
Yeah, but they had to buy into the franchise of selling whatever they had at Disney.
I think
the impression I got.
The Disney mindset is you can have the Star Wars in space experience as long as you book one of our cruises or stay at one of our high-price hotels.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can kindly go yourself.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That makes sense because it's like you want to have a Space 220. They're probably like, hey, we got a great idea. There's a Star Wars restaurant. Like, yeah, okay, you want to pitch in? You got to put in more money than that. They're like, okay, Space 220. What do you think?
It is a valid question, though, that was asked. Is like, if the prices were lowered, would this have improved our experience?
And can I tell you this? This is what I would say. If you just name it Space 50%.
50% off.
Space 110?
Space 110.
No. Just Space 50%. Because this is what you want out of Star Wars. Only 50%. The other 50%.
So it's like Galaxy Star Cruiser economy style.
You got to book the special accommodations on the little fake hotel, or you got to go on the cruise ship. Otherwise, it's Space 50%. I would go with that.
I like
Space
that.
Space 0.50.
Space, yeah,
Space
0.50.
5.
That reminds me about
Right.
Kevin Smith's script. It's like, Space 50%. It's like, what do you mean Space 110? It's like, no, Space 50%.
Space 50%, Space 50 cent. You can go Space 50 cent.
You laid a very good question. So the ambiance and everything was cool, but you were charged too much.
Yeah,
I
but
think
it wasn't
so.
even that cool.
It was not that cool.
It was
So
not
what-
cool at all.
See,
The
it
price
wasn't.
would have
Like,
made
I
a
was like,
difference.
Okay, this is I don't know. Here's the thing. I will say this: like when we did the original review and we saw the pictures, that was first of all, I was like, "What is this? This looks like Chili's." That's why I made that point. So I think number one, they fire the photographer that they have that makes their website pictures. Because I saw some pictures of actual people's photos. I was like, wow, they did a way better job than the Disney photographer did in like promoting this thing. Because the food looked way better than the pictures they took. So my hopes did get up a little bit. Like, all right, well, maybe it's not going to be as bad as what I think is going to be. But no, it was as bad as I thought it was going to be. Anybody right now that you see that's reviewing this restaurant favorably is a liar.
A liar!
They are lying, and they want to want to pixie dust it, and they want to. I don't know if they got the connections and they were trying to like save face or something, but you cannot go to this restaurant, eat there, and tell me that you had an acceptable experience.
Wow.
You know,
No way.
I don't know if I'd go that far, Lee. I would say if they are, because when Kirk and I were driving down, we were listening to a review of this place just to kind of prepare. And I feel like it's if it's a person with a less adventurous palate or come from an area in which they don't have access to good food or what we would determine as good food, at least from our area, we're from New Orleans, in case you're listening to this for the first time, I think they would think this is an exceptional place because their experiences are different. Their experiences are different, maybe not as varied as what we've gone through. But I think that's where maybe that's the market they're going for.
It sounds like if you eat at Space 50 cent. I don't know what you heard about
many meals,
but you can't get $1 out of me. Because there's no Cadillacs or perms you can't see. Because I'm Space 220.
So that was our Space 220 experience. So after that experience, we Scott had to go, so we left, and I think Steven hung out with us, and the Raz joined us after that meal.
Oh, the Raz, that's awesome.
Well, there's a smart one right there.
She's like, I'm not eating there.
Well, screw that. I'll show up after that crap's over.
No price is too high.
So that was cool. We got to hang out with her, and that was pretty much the highlight of the rest of the day.
That's awesome.
Hang with the Raz.
Yeah, hung out with the Raz. We hung out at Animal Kingdom and to close out the day, and that was pretty much it. That was good.
Prior to us getting there, it sounds like hanging out with the Raz and Steven and all that sounds like that was the highlight.
You had your
of
own
y'all's time.
adventure.
It was good to see all them
And
weekends.
Scott,
Meet new people and hang out with them
Right.
weekends. It was a good time. It was a good time. And so now to kind of close off this portion of the show, we make it to Friday, the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World. So here we are. Here we are. So it was great. So the buses started rolling at 4:30 a.m.
That's really early.
We said that we're not getting up that early.
Lee even said that?
Thank you.
Lee was part of it. It's like I know I wasn't going to do it. So if he wanted to go, he's more than welcome to do it. But I'm like, no.
Kirk wasn't jumping in anybody's beds, waking anybody up.
No.
The way the room was set up, Lee was here, Kevin was here. I was in the pull down Murphy bed, twin size, like kind of right in front of Lee's bed. And once in a while, I wake up, see the sun shine through, look over. I see Lee still in bed, Kevin still in bed. Okay, he was still sleeping. Sleeping along, I look over. Oh, no Lee. Kevin's in bed. Okay, right over.
Usually when there's no Lee, Lee's in the shower. He's usually the first one in the... Not shower. He showered. You showered at night, Lee, right? So you were the first.
Yeah, I'm a shower at night type person.
Yeah, so you were getting dressed, getting nice, or whatever else. So, anyways, so we didn't wake up that early for the 50th.
So you had a chill day.
Yeah, we had. Well, I mean, no,
Half
we
a
just
chill
the thought was that we knew the park was going to close at 11 o'clock. So it's like, I didn't in my mind. I was like, I didn't feel a need to get there that freaking early with everybody gunning for merchandise and all that kind of crap. I was like, no. We got there comfortably at 10 a.m. We got through the gates. I immediately tried to go live, but as you can imagine, the Wi-Fi and the cellular service were sucky that day.
I watched, and like within 2 seconds of watching, y'all already had a thumbs down video.
Yeah, is that the video you showed me when I came out?
Yeah, and it was like, ooh, shoot, this is not going well.
It froze on y'all.
It kept on losing connection. I had to restart the live video. It was terrible. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And I'm like, well, every freaking podcaster, Disney fan, TikToker, blogger, whatever is in the park, and they just, their systems couldn't handle it. Their infrastructure couldn't handle it.
That's tough.
It was rough. So then that's when I got to the point. It's like, I just got to record stuff and then post it as I can. And then uploading stuff while you're in the parks was a chore itself because of the same issue.
I learned the exact same lesson when we went to Disneyland and I filmed Paint the Night. Never go live. Just record it yourself and then upload it.
Yeah.
It's probably
100%
over there.
Oh, yeah. It's big time.
Likely.
Yeah. It was terrible. So I mean, as much as what was going on, I'd love to have gone live and do my normal thing, but it was so tough to do.
It was tough to watch.
Yeah, and I apologize for anybody that watched that. I tried to give you all some kind of experience, but the internet infrastructure was not having it.
Yeah.
No, it
absolutely not having it. I'm like, dang it, what the hell?
That's why it was like, it ain't fair to us as a brand to have that happen.
Yeah, it was bad. I don't know how anybody got their stuff out.
That's part of the reason we were there, baby.
If I remember right, we were outside the park when you first started, right?
Yeah, I was outside. I was gonna film.
It was already screwing up.
And it was already screwing up.
It was already screwing up when y'all were outside the park.
Like,
and then y'all were filming, like he was filming one thing, and he turned to you. You were filming something completely different.
He's like, oh, Kirk, what are you doing? Oh, you're filming your own thing. Yeah. And like, y'all all doing like something different.
And it's like, this isn't a good narrative.
Lee was recording for his food blog or whatever, and you were recording for your own personal Pirates of the Magic Kingdom thing or whatever. And then Kevin was recording for the podcast.
Actually, if I could elaborate on that. I was trying to back up Kevin as far as recording on my camera, trying to catch some stuff too, and he did get all my footage.
Yeah.
Oh, did he? So your footage worked better than his footage.
But the footage that he posted on YouTube was his footage, not your footage, because he turned to you while you were videotaping.
He got mine later that night.
And he was like,
I was like, I'm so glad you recorded that because mine was crap.
And
right, but
he was like, if you quit that rinky-dink podcast you're with and just give me your footage, I'll let you in on our 50th show. That's what he said?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sounds good, huh? Whatever Daddy said sounds good.
Whatever, I wasn't listening.
Squirt. I understand.
Squirt. Listen to that now.
Hey, look, either way, we got in at a comfortable 10 a.m. We got some of the Commemorative God books. It was great. We went through the underneath the train station and we got the reveal into Main Street. There's Lou Mangello right there.
Lou Mangello's on Main Street.
Lou Mangello's on Main Street. I forget who spotted him. I guess maybe Kirky might have spotted him or Lee. One of you guys spotted him before I did.
I saw him and I was like, hey, that dude's kind of short. Is that Lou Mangello?
And I was looking at somebody else. I was like, no, that's not Lou.
Yeah.
And then you pointed me in the right direction. I was like, yeah, that's Lou.
100%. I saw that video where like, I think it was Lee. I think he's right. I think he said that, yeah, that's Lou Mangello. And you're like, no, that's not him. Oh, shoot, that's him.
Yeah. I was looking at the wrong person. I was like, that is definitely not Lou.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, that's Lou. Yeah. So then we ended up talking to him. He was just saying, hey, how you doing? He said, if there's anything you ever need, just let him know. And so, yeah, definitely. I'm going to get him for the 400th. So that'd be fun.
That'd be nice.
Finally get him on there. Yeah. So,
hey, man, the student becomes a teacher, man. That's what it's about. That's Jedi stuff.
I got to interject here.
Yeah.
Myself, personally, Lou Mangello wasn't the first person of note that I know that I saw inside the Magic Kingdom that morning.
Oh yeah, who's that?
okay.
Who
Who's
did
the
you
first
see?
person?
The first person knows that I noticed personally that I saw. They were, characters can't come out and do a meet and greet anymore. They have
was
to,
it Bob from Space 220?
They have to go. They have to do their, they had to stand. Some characters were standing on the train
Oh, the
station.
train station.
And they
yeah.
were doing the wave and everything. And it was Mary Poppins.
Oh. So you're
was-
smitten.
Julie
with Mary.
Andrews herself.
That's the first person I saw. It's tradition. I try to find every time I'm in the Magic Kingdom.
So now you had a good day because you saw Mary Poppins first.
And who else was up there with her?
Mickey.
Jasmine.
Oh, well,
Oh yeah.
I saw Jasmine while I went over there. And I waited in the afternoon because that's how me and Jasmine.
And you were a happy man.
Mm.
I'm always a happy man out there.
With Jasmine.
Aladdin, Jasmine, Alice,
Oh, you got
Moana,
pictures.
and
Look
Mary
at you.
Poppins. Oh,
Yeah.
and who's the buff guy from
Gaston.
Gaston?
Well, you're a Lou Mangello fan, so you didn't feel any magic seeing Lou Mangello there?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, you did? So
Definitely.
did
Oh,
you
yeah.
talk to Lou?
No, that's Kevin. Let him network that way.
You gotta team up, man. You the guy. We weren't there. Like you gotta help do your
You
interrogation thing.
You found our show through listening to Lou.
Yep, sure did.
And you didn't feel any sense of compulsion to be able to be like, hey, Lou, man, hey. Just
No, because
much
he,
love.
No, I think I thought he's short.
He is very short.
Very
Yeah.
short, man.
And he's not afraid to admit that. And because like one time we met him at Cafe Du Monde, and it was me and Danny, and I'm not terribly tall, but
No.
we came up to
definitely-
your.
This picture I have is you're taller than him.
But he is he's a very nice person.
very nice guy. Yeah.
And I had no problem saying hello to him. I would have figured you, of all people, would have wanted to say hello to him.
Nope.
It was nice.
I let Kevin handle all that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kevin did all the networking.
Yeah, Lee kind of broke the ice because I was kind of hesitant because he was on the phone. It's like, I don't know if I want to bother him and all this.
I was like, dude, go talk to him.
So he said that.
Thank you, Lee.
Yeah,
Thank
so,
you.
So Lee introduced it, and then I kind of took it from there. So that was fine.
Sometimes you got to remind Kevin that he knows Lou Mangello.
He paid
Yeah.
to talk to this.
It's
dude.
like, Kevin, you did pay this man to talk to him.
I understand your trepidation
Yes.
though. Again, as a person that
Yeah,
gets
because
to meet their idols.
it's one of those things like if I didn't know if he was doing something or whatever, and it's like because I know like if I'm doing something, I don't like to be bothered because it's like I'm focusing on this and I got to do that. But it was cool. I'm glad we ran into him there because he had a meetup at 2:00 that day on the 50th, and it was his meet of the month, which he usually does on the 1st of every month, and I'm thankful we ran into him in the morning because this meet of the month it was kind of crazy. It was supposed to be at the noodle station place. The dessert area, yeah, Tomorrowland Terrace and stuff. But I guess we caught him when he was moving out of there. I guess he couldn't do it or something. I don't know what happened. But we ended up right by the laugh floor, and then we're talking, and I mean, he was talking to his fans. I was kind of in the back. I couldn't get up front. But then, like, cast members came up. I was like, look, you can't gather here. So a bunch of cast members came and broke up the whole party, and so they relocated somewhere else.
Oh,
I'm like,
wow.
you know what? I already talked to him this morning. I'll email him. I'll message him. We're good. We're good with that. So then we
You're
had
good.
that. So I'm glad we got to meet him that morning. So I guess it was fate that we did that morning versus at his
I'm
meetup.
glad Lee pushed
Yeah.
you into meeting him.
Yeah. No, I was glad. He's got to he broke that ice and it was good.
and that was needed because once you got that, then you were able to.
Yeah,
Talk
he
to
remembered
him.
me and everything. He was like, how's podcast? It goes like, yeah, I told him like we're about to reach our 400th. He's like, look, if you need anything, reach out to me and let me know. I was like, absolutely.
Because
I'll
Kevin,
definitely do that.
whether you know
I'll
it or
definitely do
not,
that.
you on a high level yourself.
That is true.
Yeah, I never consider myself that way.
I know you
just,
are.
I just
Well,
never
you
do. I
are.
just never do. I know.
You
I
are
probably
on a
should.
level.
I probably should, but it's like I never. It's like I'm still learning. I still feel like I'm still trying to figure this thing out.
Because you are Lou Mangello.
Oh well, thank you.
You
For
on
sure.
your own
Thank you,
level.
thank you.
And no, but
Yeah.
look, that's what I said. Like, I totally get where you're coming from. Like, when you meet the guy that is at other level, you're just like, holy crap. But it does take it takes a day to like kind of like break the ice and like,
Yeah, and be like, hey, man, go over there and say hello.
yeah.
This person is not above you.
Right, and I got to remember that, and that's probably part of my hang up, And I'm sure these guys are cool, but it's like I mention those on the show all the time. It's like Lou Mangello, Kevin Smith. Those are the two guys that are the reason why I'm doing this right now.
Hey, look, my two guys were Kevin Smith and Jim Hill, and I've reached out to both of them.
Yeah,
And both of
Man.
them have been really, really good.
Been great.
Neither
yeah.
one of those two guys are my guys, but the point is there, like, it's Jim Lee and like, like it was a Dan Dino at one point, and it was a thing where like, again, it's that guy that's doing that thing that you want to do, and you're just like,
And you
holy
admire
crap.
for him, and it's like you respect his time and his presence.
But that dude is humble, and but you've done that for other people, so yeah, you're on that level. That's all we say.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'd say I got to be reminded of
That's
that.
why I show up. I love you.
So that was cool. So we got to do that, and I know a couple of the things that events took place. I mean, we rode the rides. At first, let me get this out of the way, and the guys can back me up with this. We thought the rides would be crazy packed. No, the ride times were freaking awesome. 5 minutes, 20 minutes max, maybe 40 for some of the more extremely popular stuff.
I heard that. It was hard to believe.
But even I think Haunted Mansion was what, guys? 60 minutes, but we got through in 30. Half that time, it was quick. I mean, we saw the line come up near the front of the Columbia Harbor House, but we got in. It was before you know it, we were in the touchy feely place.
Which you can't touch and feel anymore.
Which you can't. The queue, the interactive queue.
Yeah.
We could.
Bus.
Yeah, it was quick. It wasn't. It wasn't bad at all. It wasn't bad at all. But
30 minutes is not bad.
Yeah, the lines were great. The lines at the Emporium.
The line
terrible all day. It was terrible. I'm like, I can wait on my 50th anniversary.
Dude, I can't even speak.
Ridiculous.
When we got there, and we were 3 days beyond the 50th, and we tried to check out at the Emporium, and my sister put me in charge of picking up a couple things for them. I wanted out of there so bad.
Oh, really? It
was so horrible being in that.
It was nuts.
It's just, it makes you not even want to
deal with it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Thank you. That's exactly.
No, you're welcome, because I felt the same experience.
I really just wanted out in every way possible. I'm a Disney fan, but I am not one to put up with a lot of BS.
It's like being in the movie. You see in the movie where they show one person's head, and then everything behind them goes at this extremely fast pace, and the person is that's what that was like for me. And I just was like, you know what? I found one place in there that was shooting cold air because it was kind of warm at that time. And I'm like, I'm going to stay in here. And, everybody around me was there with, and I don't want to get too detailed, but yeah, I can't handle that. That's too big. That's too much.
I mean, the lines outside of the Emporium all day that day never went down. Even in the afternoon, there was lines out the wazoo, kind of a thing.
There was a 2-hour line to get a popcorn bucket.
Yeah, everybody was gunning for those 50th anniversary popcorn. And in Tomorrowland, you could see that thing wrap around everywhere.
People trying to get paid, baby.
I'm like, Kirk, you going to go for that? And he's like, nope.
I mean, I understand that there was some day of 50th anniversary merchandise you could only get on that day. So I kind of understand that. But yeah, at the same time, I'm like, you guys do understand that the 50th is going to be going on for a year and a half, right? So anything that that I may have wanted to get, I could just get it in March when I go again, So it's dude, and I understand the collectors, and there's people that's their deal, man. And I got nothing against it if that's what your deal is, but it just wasn't. I was happy for them to be stuck in that line so I could get on Space Mountain in 10 minutes.
No, 100%. I have something against those people. I mean, screw you for making something taking something that we all want to enjoy and feel a part of and monetizing it on eBay.
Yeah, because you're twisting something innocent.
Yes,
sure,
I mean, there's no reason why any of us. I mean, those items should be available from the very first day that they're celebrating it to the very last day that they celebrate it. It shouldn't be that exclusive of a thing to where if you don't do it and get it up on eBay and sell it for 3 times the amount that it's worth. I mean,
look, right here, eBay right now. They gave when you left the park. They gave away posters. Poster right here, $48, $49. People are selling it on eBay.
Okay, wait, Kevin.
Free poster.
We're gonna sign that. We're gonna sign that Bob Iger, Bob Chapek, and something else, and then we gonna see that'll finance us another trip. So yeah, that's terrible though. Taking advantage of people's innocence and then twisting it for monetary gain. That's terrible.
It absolutely is horrible. That same poster should be handed out all year long.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So the people that are getting over there for the 50th, they can't make it on the exact day, whatever. So it's not monetized by jerks who are just looking to make money off of Disney's reputation.
But that's how bubbles implode at the same time.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
And it's the thing to go along with that. It's like I thought they'd have little events here and there throughout the day. That didn't happen. Apparently, they had one event or whatever that y'all might have seen on the internet or something for the 50th. We missed that because we got in about 10 a.m. But I think that was it. That was the only kind of special event or showing. Or
I was shocked they did not
do the dedication.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was shocked 100% by that.
Yeah, and there was once we got there was nothing else special other than like the merchandise and like the special food items that they were pushing out all over property. Anyway, that's pretty much it.
When we got to Frontierland, by the Frontierland trading post where they sell the pins, I saw another one of these long ass lines that ran in front of the shooting gallery all the way to that DVC kiosk. So what's going on here? I didn't know. I hadn't heard anything about it. So figured some special pins. So cast members waiting outside, taking. Usually you get in line, talk to her. What it was, for the 50th anniversary, they had a special pin for each opening day attraction. Like 20 of them and $25 a piece.
Woo!
Oh, that's pretty sweet, man. I ain't waiting this line for that.
That's almost like a 200% markup.
I'm not waiting this line for that, so appreciate it. Thank you very much.
So they did nothing for the consumer who loves Disney, but figure out different ways to charge them for filling a part of the 50th.
That pin charge is genius.
That's what it felt like.
Ugh.
Yeah.
It wasn't 50% off, that's for sure.
No, it definitely wasn't.
No. They gave you a poster and you got a
commemorative guidebook. That's it. Yeah.
A guidebook that guides you to buy some more stuff.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. I can do this all day.
But, again, I was expecting this, like Kevin said, I was expecting stuff to just be nuts, man. Like, it's going to be 69. I fully expected to not even maybe ride 3 attractions that day. That was my expectation. And we did everything. We did the whole park.
Because everybody that was there apparently was in it for whatever collectible merchandise they can put on eBay.
That's exactly right.
Whatever the thing is.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Up. That is messed up, though. They didn't enjoy the experience. They just took advantage of it.
Even though the Disney didn't do any special events, there was one podcaster that was doing some stuff, and that was one Mr. Len Testa.
Okay.
So he had 11 o'clock. He had a Country Bear Jamboree sing along. So we invited like all the listeners and stuff. He'd come in. We'll all pile up in one showing, and everybody sing along to the tunes.
It's COVID though.
Well, it doesn't matter. They packed the place.
It was packed. The whole place was packed.
I mean, you had the mask indoors, but it was packed. The whole place was packed. But anyway, so we got in there. Everybody was singing along with us. Well, almost everybody. It's like I know at least where we were sitting on the stage right, which was from the audience left. And so it was like, Kirk was singing, I was singing, and this little girl next to me was singing and stuff. I don't know if we were close to the main part, but it was a good bit of singing in Len Testa's sing along. So it was kind of cool. It's pretty cool. Got to meet Len Testa for the first time in person ever. That was really neat. He was handing out buttons. And his buttons, he had grown out his hair. I don't know if anybody known, if he follows his podcast. He grew out his hair long.
You sent me a picture of him. I didn't even recognize him.
Yeah. He grew out his hair, and he was handing out little pins that said the backside of Len's hair.
Whoa, what?
So like a play on the Jungle Cruise joke, backside of water.
Yeah, but
it's the backside of Len's hair.
That's just still wrong.
So I had a picture of his hair.
I think my podcast hair is a little bit more epic.
Yes.
I would agree.
During COVID than his.
That ain't right.
But upon entering, he gave us one of the pins. I gave him one of our pins. He's like, "Oh wow, this is fantastic. This is great." It's like, "Where y'all from?" It's like, "From New Orleans." It's like, "Yeah, from New Orleans." It's like, "Oh, my webmaster's from New Orleans." Or I think his webmaster's from New Orleans or something like that. And it's like, "Oh, you should totally have him on the show." He lives in Kenner, apparently.
I
thought it was pretty cool.
Why does he say we should have him on the show? Just
I guess because he lives here. Yeah.
You got the gauntlet, Kevin.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to start wielding that.
Yeah. But anyway, so I got to meet him. It was good.
Yeah. What he has to say. Like, tell us stories about hosting Len Testa's website.
I don't know. That's very random. But okay, I understand.
Yeah, that's something I had to dig in before we have him on the show. But I was curious.
Sure.
But you remember, you Thanos, you wield a gauntlet.
But he was good. Yeah. So after that, the entire group that was in there doing the sing along, we all followed Len, and we went to Len Testa's first annual Tomorrowland Speedway race.
He has his own
race.
His first annual. So this is going to happen every year now.
I guess so. Yeah.
If it could be pulled off.
But the funny thing was like he had a little assistant that was holding out these little things.
Wait, what? That's
so the minute we stepped out of Country Bear Jamboree, she was handing these out, and she had like little bracelets too, which I forgot to bring. This
is from the actual event. This is from the actual event.
Yeah, so all of us are marching through from Country Bear Jamboree all the way to Tomorrowland Speedway, just waving these flags. Lensley in the front. We're all headed towards there.
All right, he gets props.
Yeah, and then we got to the place, and then they were talking to the cast members and the manager at the time of Fire and Speedways. Look, we're going to open up Lightning Lane just for you guys, and y'all can do the cars just in the lane. So it wasn't really a race, but everybody that was in the group got to run, and then afterwards we met in the little grandstands, and they handed out prizes, which I won a prize. I won a prize that day, which is kind of cool.
What did you win a prize for?
I didn't exactly know what she said, but I have to guess because Len pointed out to me when I was driving in. He's like, "Oh my God, you match your car." And so I won a prize because I happened to have my orange Mickey shirt on, and I happened to be in an orange race car. So I won a prize for matching my car. So he gave me a little 50. He gave me a little 50th bag, which you have to pay extra for.
Wait, you got to pay for your prize?
No, time out. No, I didn't pay extra for, but Disney charges extra for these little special 50th anniversary bags that they're selling. Shopping bags.
He gave you that.
He gave me that special 50 bag with a little prize in it, which was I think it was a reusable straw they were selling that Disney had a bunch of them. So it was a neat little prize.
You're in the bubble.
I got something. That. They recognized me and it was like, "Hey, you get this. You get this for matching your car." I'm assuming.
Oh wow,
but that was neat. Yeah, he gave a bunch of prizes. He was really nice. It was cool. It was
what
good
were
people.
the other category?
I don't remember.
Besides matching your car,
Kevin won his. That's what he talked about. That's what he worried about. He won his. Anybody else did the race?
No, I was the only one that participated.
You didn't want to participate. Lee didn't want to participate.
We had split from Lee before the Country Bear Jamboree. Lee went doing some travel agent stuff.
Yeah, Lee, y'all took explain it, Lee. What did you?
Never mind.
We did like a group photo in front of the castle. But I mean, we had to wrangle up like 70 people all to meet at the same time and get everyone in line. And then we had to wait and, but we did like a big travel agent. Everyone got in, big picture in front of the castle holding the 50th sign.
So you abandoned promoting the Magic Our Way podcast with Lynn Testa to go promote Magical
That's exactly
Moments
what
Vacation.
I did. 100%. That's exactly what I did.
I like it.
Jeez.
No, Hasavika. That's okay, because I was only curious because it was like, okay, you won the prize, but where was everybody else while you were racing? But you were.
Yeah, I think Kirk stepped out so we wait for Lee because Lee was coming up to meet us.
Yeah, I hung back.
Yeah, I just missed y'all at the Country Bear. I just missed y'all because y'all were like, I was trying to get in with y'all, but didn't realize that y'all were leaving. So y'all's group was leaving as I was getting into the Country Bears. So I sat through all that, and it was not a sing-along. It was just a regular Country Bear show. And then I'm like, all right, where y'all at? And then Kevin's like, well, we're over at the Speedway. So I tried to meet up with y'all there. And Kirk met me and we watched Kevin run his race.
Yeah, so you go ahead, Kevin. I'm just not my favorite right here. I can the bouncing back and forth in the gas fumes. I'm gonna hang out with him.
So did your boss pay for your cokes while y'all were taking y'all's Magic Our Way? Magical Moments Vacations.
It didn't take as long as you would have thought, but it was just like I said. It was like getting everyone over there. We're like originally it was like, okay, everyone meet at 11 in front of the castle. Well, of course, like every other person was doing the same thing, so we had to kind of like meet off to the side and like, hey, and you got to realize too, like there's 300 people in this agency. Most of them you've never met before in your life. You've only either interacted with them on the internet or Facebook or whatever. So like you're kind of looking like, are they with the agency? Are they not with the agency? Like they look like a travel agent, but maybe they're not. So anyway, yeah, it took a while to get everyone together, and we took a big old picture, and it was cool. It was probably like 70 people there. So
cool, man. So yeah, no, that's great and everything like that. But I mean, just man, like that's what influenced Eli to come when he saw that picture with all those single women in there.
Yeah. They're calling him. Wow, you may as well be like Charlie's Angels Heaven. That's as far as
right. It was like the Batman signal. Like signal.
And they were all employed.
He wanted to be Bosley.
Yeah, just wanted to run it, made them all, and they all was bringing in money. I mean, like that's Superfly stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so all that happened, and so just to talk about a couple of new things that we experienced. First of all, we got on the Jungle Cruise, and we got to see the new scene and experience the new script and all that kind of stuff.
Which it wasn't that noticeable to me. I was like, oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah, we saw the same thing in Disneyland. It's like I don't even know what the point of it was, to be honest with you. I mean, the scene resonates the exact same way.
Yeah, it was no big deal. No big deal, right?
Nothing.
It was all right.
Nothing to write home about.
Right. Not a problem.
We ate at Skipper Canteen. That was a good time. We got some special foods and stuff, whatnot. What was a fun part for me was we went in with Kirk to Pecos Bills, and we did some detail hunting. So and Lee was taking some pictures, so we got to look at some of the little things that were hanging on the wall. I don't know, Lee, Kirk, if you want to elaborate on some of the things we talked about, looked at.
Like some what do you call it? Sea stuff or?
Well, there was some backstory stuff.
Society
We're
of
in Pecos
Explorers
Bills.
Adventures.
Kind of like backstory stuff.
Kind of a backstory to Pecos Bills, the Tall Tale Inn and Cafe. He set that up, and over time, his friends from Western lore have come over to that place, and they've left mementos that they were there. Like you have Jim Bowie's knife on the wall. You have I want to say it's the Lone Ranger's mask and the silver bullet, stuff like that. And you have pictures of Pecos and his girlfriend Slewfoot Sue, and his horse Widowmaker. Well, my personal favorite is the Davy Crockett artifacts that are there. You have on one side you have Davy Crockett's hat, powder horn, hanging, and you have a picture of his rifle, Betsy. But then on a shelf up high in one room, you have a note. You can't see it from the ground. You can see it's there, but you got to get up top to try to read it. And it's a note written by Georgie Russell, who was Davy Crockett's sidekick in one of the episodes, and it recounts one of the episodes.
I thought it was Barnaby.
That's Barnaby Jones.
Yeah.
That's what he became later.
Okay.
In his later life, he became Barnaby Jones after he was Jet Clampett.
What was the actor's name? Epson? Buddy Epson.
Buddy Epson. Yeah, Buddy Epson. Yeah.
And that's pretty cool. So I was pointing some of those things out to Lee and Kevin.
That's nice.
Yeah, that was a fun time. We didn't eat there, but it was kind of cool to see all that. So at some point at that night, I wanted to make sure we got Uncle Orville's sundae, the ice cream thing over at Anti-Gravity's.
Sure.
Ice cream place,
Yes.
And so we got some, and this was before the fireworks, and I brought something to add to the studio, which is Uncle Orville's bathtub.
Hey,
Yeah.
Uncle Orville.
Yeah, so I'm going to add this to the studio and put it somewhere, and maybe one day we can make a little Uncle Orville.
Is it Uncle Orville or Cousin Orville? Because there's been some confusion.
Well, this is called Uncle Orville's, forget something Sunday.
Okay.
There's a whole bunch of words to it, and I ate all. It was like a brownie with ice cream and all kind of toppings. I ate the whole damn thing. It was delicious. But yeah, we went there specifically, and this is probably one of the reasons why we went to Carousel of Progress on the Monday that we went back to Magic Kingdom, just so Lee would know who Uncle Orville is exactly. But I'm adding this to the studio. We got Uncle Orville's bathtub.
Oh, nice.
Sunday, so there we go from the 50th. So that was something special for the 50th. And then also we got to experience Enchantment, which was a new fireworks show there.
Eli and I saw it as well.
Y'all got to see it? Awesome. We'll talk about that, what y'all thought about it in just a sec. But while we were waiting, because we got there, I think, Lee, you can clarify this, but you're big on getting to places early for the evening show, right?
Well, not normally, but I knew this time it was going to be super ass packed. So yeah, I was like, hey man, let's try to head over there. And sure enough, like we were back way by the flagpole, was as close as we could get. And that was about 2 hours before showtime.
Yeah, and I usually just don't.
And this was, again, the inaugural show, so it was like, yeah, Kevin's like, hey, well, come on, man, let's go ride some more rides. I'm like, we probably want to try to find a spot sometime soon because I'm sure there's going to be 1,000 million people there, which there was.
Yeah, so I could tell he wanted to do that, so I was like, okay, that's fine, because I normally don't do that. I was like, when it's 5 minutes, we'll just stand wherever we are and just watch it.
With you, yeah.
But it was cool because we had just happened to be sitting next to some other Disney fan people, and we met the people from Dad's Guide to Walt Disney World, Dad's Guide to WDW.com, so that was pretty cool. Danny, who's the guy that runs it, he does Dad's Guide to Walt Disney World, and he also contributes to WDW Magazine.
Okay.
He's seen advertised for that, so he does kind of both of those things. Yeah, and his name happens to be Danny. It's like, oh, we'll remember that pretty easily.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's like we got a Danny for our show. And we talked about Magic Are We podcast. It's like, oh, we love podcasts. We met his wife Kara, and also I think it was like his cousin Kim, Danny's cousin. Kim.
I think it was her cousin.
Oh, it was her cousin. Okay, so it was her cousin Kim. Yeah, but anyway, we happened to meet them. They're great people. They're out of New York. We exchange pins. I made sure to give them some pins and, follow them on social media, follow each other on social media. They said they check out podcasts. We do the same, check all that stuff out. So, man, another contact. We didn't know that they were right there. So it was like, okay, cool. Yeah, we got some other names, other people. So shout out to you guys if you happen to be listening. Danny, Kim, and Kara from Dad's Guide to WDW. Good to meet you. And hopefully we'll get to meet up again in the future. But that was neat.
No, screw them. There can be only one Danny.
There can be only one.
We will meet you in the field of battle, and we will conquer
the Danny of Dannies.
You. Yes.
There can
You're
be
going
only one.
down, Danny.
Yeah.
So, Enchantment.
That was enchanting.
That was enchanting. What did y'all think of Enchantment?
It was like watching a TV screen on the castle the entire time.
So Kirk went off to go back to the pin shop because there was no line.
I thought he was going back to the
smart.
future.
No, he didn't go back to the future.
Because I had stepped out from where they were because it was getting crowded and everything. I was like, I can't deal with all these people. So I had stepped out, and by the time the show started, I'm like, well, in no way I'm going back over there. So I was like, you know what? Let me go back to the Frontierland pin trading and see if that line is gone. So I went through because they clear off the backside of the sidewalk. So I went down through the Emporium, had to cut in through the Emporium, went out through Casey's, got to Frontierland, and guess what? No line. No line. Lines all
As
gone.
expected, the night show, if you want to do stuff, you go then.
So I was able to go in there. I got the little card that showed all the pins, picked out which one you want on the card, and they write it down on a slip of paper and you bring it to the cashier, and you get the pins you want because all those pins are behind the counter. You can't pick them out. Well, I did a little browsing, got a couple more off the shelf, and I got to the counter, got my pins, walked out. By this time the show was over, and these guys came meet me out there, and then when I turned around and looked back, that line is back.
Yeah, it was.
Stretched out the building again. Like, oh, glad I got here when I did.
Wow, you know what you want. You go for it.
Remember how I said there was 20 of those pins? $25 a piece. The couple in front of me bought 2 of each.
Jeez.
Oh, that was happening.
Well, can I tell you, that's probably the limit because they make it to where you cannot buy more than 2.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, but 2 of each at $25 a piece. There's 20 of them.
Mm-hmm. To try and limit the people on eBay who are clever enough to figure out a way
Yeah,
around
they'll
it.
sell it for
They
just gotta get
as many as,
because it's per person. But
right.
So Lee and I caught it back by the flagpole. Where did you guys catch it? Like, where were we all in perspective?
At Sleepy Hollow.
Yes.
Oh, okay, that's Sleepy Hollow.
So
Okay.
we were
You're a little
off
closer,
to the left of it,
yeah.
so we didn't really get to catch it straight on.
But we went to get our food while getting the chance
And we
to
were
look.
caught up in the madness, and it was just like, all right, well, let's just enjoy this while we're here.
Yeah,
Well, you know
yeah.
what? And that says a lot about young people because, like, if I remember this right, remember there was, like, some girl turned to us like, I'm going to get a turkey leg. What do you think? And
Yeah,
she turned
somebody
it-
actually asked Eli what he thought of the turkey.
How
Yeah.
appropriate.
It was
Well,
weird.
They asked me, and I said, ma'am, this is a gentleman you need to be speaking
And this,
to
and
right
this
over
girl
here.
Oh,
had,
nice.
and this girl had a midriff, so I was like, I'll talk to you all night.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to know?
Yes,
She was with
Jasmine.
a boyfriend, too, and he did not care.
I did not care. I totally did not. And I talked to her about the recipe and everything. And then, like, the boyfriend was like, oh, I get it. It's salty. I'm like, no, it has a salty aftertaste.
But he never took his eye off the girl, though.
I sure did not. I had no fear. I was like, boy, if you want some, I've been alone for a while.
And the guy was like, we're getting turkey leg no matter what.
Yeah.
kind of like,
You made him feel really insecure.
he did. He absolutely did.
Not on purpose. That's just what I did.
Hey, you are you, and you can't help that.
No, you can't come to me with something that I have charge of.
Exactly. Yes.
The girl asked us, and then Eli responded, and the guy tried to cut in, and Eli just and me too, just never even acknowledged that the guy tried to step in and be like, "Oh, I get it. It's a little too salty. Whatever. We're gonna get a turkey leg."
And I was like, yeah, like, you know, like if I would have been like, oh God, the boyfriend tried to be like, oh yeah, do whatever you said, but I'm a grown ass man.
Damn
Like, I
straight
was
you're
like,
a grown ass man.
I was like, boy, if I could take your girl off this turkey leg, I'd do it. Like, yeah, no, that's not what I said, boy. What I said was, after you have the turkey leg, it has a salty aftertaste. Not that the turkey leg is salty.
Just like me.
But when you're saying this, were you looking at her?
Yeah.
So when she saw you staring at her and you was talking about it got a salty aftertaste, she wasn't thinking about no turkey leg.
But the boyfriend
but the
still forced her to get a turkey
Yeah,
leg.
the boyfriend was just like, he threw his 2 cents in, and I was like, no, you don't.
Oh, so the boyfriend thought about your salty aftertaste.
No, the boyfriend
Was threatened by your salty aftertaste.
Yeah, he was threatened by the advice I was giving. He's like, oh, shoot, that's a man.
He tried to summarily dismiss Eli.
That's that
Yeah.
aura. That's that aura you
And then
project.
I had to clarify even more so to solidify my expertise.
Were you bigger than him?
I don't know.
God,
but
yes.
So you were like, salty aftertaste.
I saw this little boy. He was a nothing.
If you got like, if you know what I'm saying, when we go somewhere, like I really did not pay attention. Like he said his
Well, I guess he
comment.
didn't start talking to you first, right?
No.
It was the girl, right?
I remember I talked to Noah. Yeah, the girl turned to us and then said her thing, and then when
And
I said my thing,
you need to talk to him.
and I said my piece, and then the boy jumped in because I get it. He's like, oh no. Once you know it's a male territory thing, I totally understand that. Because his girl was looking good. That girl had that midriff work.
Oh, she looked great.
She looked good. She was like, had that tan on. And she was like, oh, I don't know. Leg. She was like, I don't know what to do about the turkey leg. If only a man could got me like, yeah, I got you.
I got you back.
Look, this is where you need to go. And I'll take you there.
I'm your turkey shirt.
I will.
Turkey shirt.
Yeah. It's salty.
God, you threw
It's salty now, but you come with me, you get good pepper. All that. All you want.
I got you, Everest.
And the boyfriend was like, no, I'm jumping in. And like, that was the thing. I was like, yeah, I don't care about you right now. This girl young.
It was like a slow motion face push.
He's like, I get it. It's salty. Like,
Eli never even acknowledged that
Never.
the entire time. He talked straight to her. That dude just kept trying to sum up everything and be like, I get it. So it's just not. No.
And I think the girl's brother was there, right? Because there was another young fella that was there, and he was like, so the point of it was, while the show was going on, because there was even a group that was like, oh, you guys in line? And we were like, yeah, we tried to get our food. You could check out whatever. We didn't care. We
didn't care. We were like, we're right here. We're going to see the show.
Yeah, you have
the
no
longer
choice.
we're in line, the better view we get, because once you get out of line, they try and force you to
it's somewhere.
pick a spot.
But from what we saw, though, I mean, like, fireworks were all over the place. The thing that they did on the castle, I got to tell you, the girl looked better to me than the castle did. But there was a lot happening depending upon what princess that you liked. Because
on the castle?
Yeah. Because
I couldn't even see the projections on the castle from where I was.
Each princess had their own theme on the castle. Yeah, we were right up there.
I couldn't see it. I couldn't even see it. Ali, did you see any of that? I didn't see any of that.
No, I did not. It was definitely hard to see the projections from back where we were.
Okay, well,
you're going to have to do the same thing with like Happily Ever After. You need to be up in the hub. But I will say that I heard from a couple of other people that with this particular show, you don't have to be right up in the hub. You can probably be like a little bit down into Main Street, maybe like where the plaza is, stuff like that. That way you can see the projections on the Main Street as well as the castle as well. So you don't have to have that front seat up on Main Street seat.
There was crazy packed though when we showed up.
Okay,
yes,
they had that air traffic controller cast. Remember?
With the little lights and stuff.
Yeah, go here,
you
don't
could
stop.
not stop. Yeah,
that's crazy.
When we showed up, everything was already roped off and whatnot. So we were like, let's just get something to eat. So
because we were just going to go back to the Polynesian after the Animal Kingdom, and we were like, well, no, let's go to the art store on Main Street. And come to find out, the art store had been co-opted. If you wanted to go to the art store, you had to go to the Beauty and the Beast section.
Because you were looking for a gift for your daughter.
I was looking for I was looking for Disney art. And now you got to go over to by Gaston's Tavern to find that.
Yeah, and everybody told us
that all shut down at 7.
What's in the Main Street Cinema then?
It's historical.
But it's not art. It's not actual art that's
right.
Like
you're not buying cliches. You're not buying
stuff that's made by the painter. That person showing up.
You have to go to the Beauty and the Beast section, and then go to Gaston's Tavern. There's I can't remember the name of Belle's little gift shop right over there.
Everybody told you to go to Disney Springs.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, you can go there, but it closes at 7, so you've already missed it.
Oh, wow.
We met a fellow new Louisianian.
Yes.
Over there.
Okay,
Louisianian over there. Yes, and they're like, yeah, it's too bad that you got here right at 7 because you just missed it. It just closed. If you want to see the art of Disney, you got to go to Disney Springs. And we're like, nah, screw that. No, we're going to go ahead and we're going to see this. And in all honesty, I don't think we rode a single ride while we were in Magic Kingdom. No, I'm wrong. We went to Hall of Presidents.
I was going to say we went to Hall of Presidents. That was a brand new experience. Check it out. Yeah, like that was pretty trippy.
We did that. We did Hall of Presidents as well that day. 100%. Yeah, we got to check that out finally, and got to see. I hadn't seen that show yet. The story of a presidency or whatever. The idea of a president.
President. Yeah.
I mean, I've seen the Haunted Mansion so many times, and we had just gotten back from seeing Haunted Mansion Holiday,
and we came from Pandora,
and we just come. So I mean, it's like, I don't need to because Eli was like, well, do you want to see Haunted Mansion before we go? And I'm like, well, we could have. But while we sat here eating our corn dog, checking out the fireworks, the line went from 20 minutes to an hour and a half again.
To Hall of Presidents?
No. To Haunted Mansion.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Hall of Presidents was Walk On.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was easy. Although there was some lady with her, she was trying to educate a kid. I remember that she was yelling while we were sitting down, like waiting for everything. And all I was to say was, man, if only he had a better face. Like,
we kind of entered into a whole different discussion about how being a Disney fan is part of like being like a soldier, the military kind of thing.
That was a deep conversation.
It was a very deep conversation because we were watching the people trudging through, and it was just like all these people just sat there and just watched fireworks, and they're just going, and you're looking in their faces, and it's not the happiness and the joy and the satisfaction of being. It was just like
move forward, go,
ahead,
like
get to the next, and it's just like it's like, man, it's being a Disney fan. It's like being in the military.
Yeah, you got a mission,
and you look at them, and everybody's in uniform.
Yeah, they all got the ears,
the ears,
matching
the shirts, the matching. Yeah, family. It's like it's kind of crazy, and we got in this whole philosophical discussion that one of these days we'll tackle way down the road. But I mean, it was like it was a really philosophical discussion.
Yeah, it was heavy. It was like we were in the bubble, but we were in our own bubble, just watching everybody else because
the observation.
Everybody stopped and oohed and ahed off of the fireworks and the projection.
We were
on the
studying
castle.
people. We were just sitting there eating and drinking and just studying people and people watching and being like, "Look at them! Look at how they." Anyway, point being, to bring it back to the show. Yes, all we really saw with the show was that Cinderella's castle became it's kind of like when I saw the Halloween show, where the Halloween show was like, hey, we're going to turn the castle into a TV screen with fireworks. That's what it seemed like to me.
The castle correspond to each different princess.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that. I was too far back to notice that.
Yeah, it turned into terrain for each princess. I remember when we went after the Turkey Lake thing. I remember we saw Brave, the lady, the princess from Merida. And I didn't want to mess that up. But it was like the castle turned into her terrain.
Oh, okay.
And fireworks shot off for that.
I got you.
It changed with each one. So that was cool, but it wasn't like, in my opinion, it's kind of like a cheat. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I wasn't blown away by it.
Yeah.
I can't say I was, or emotionally invested in it either.
I wasn't.
Yeah. I didn't feel it.
The song wasn't bad, but it wasn't. But it wasn't wishes.
But it was, that's the thing. Like, there were people that would say, like, ooh, I'm like, y'all hate us. Y'all fake us. Like, we've seen it when it's the castle and they just have lights on the castle, no other things. And then it's like, it's songs and everything going on with the fireworks. And that's the experience. Not just, here, look, here's a lighted projection on the castle with animation on it. I mean, not that it's terrible, but the experience is different.
I have a question then. One thing I enjoyed about the new show is that I didn't feel like you needed the projections to enjoy it. I felt like, of course, they enhanced it, but I didn't feel like I missed out terribly by not being up there seeing all of the projections. I thought the fireworks show itself was better than Forever After, Happily Ever After. Just talking about fireworks, period. I felt like I was able to see the fireworks better. I was able to enjoy the fireworks more with the new show than with Happily Ever After.
I would disagree. I mean, and then respectfully, and I don't know what you were seeing from your area. I can only speak what we saw from ours. I didn't see fireworks that were like, whoa, that is next level, really cool stuff.
Typical fireworks.
Yeah. What I saw on the castle was the difference maker. So I could be wrong 100%. We both saw it you saw it from Main Street, the flagpole. We saw it from right up on the castle, so it's two different perspectives.
Yeah. I mean, you've seen it where, like, when they light up the sky with fireworks.
I remember, when we were watching Happy Hollow Wishes, and you would be in New Fantasyland, and it was, man, they're blowing up the sky.
Yeah, it didn't matter where you were in the park. That's what those older shows. That's what I remember. Is that, like, you didn't have to be in Main Street. You didn't have to be facing the castle. You could be in Fantasyland and still enjoy it the same.
You could be eating at Beauty and the Beast, and Happy Hollow Wishes is going off, and it's rocking the restaurant.
Yeah.
Another thing would be, as far as the critique with this, is that even though you got to see all the projections on the castle and the fireworks, they weren't synchronized. Like, in other words, like, in the
from where y'all were?
Yeah, in the past, you hear a song and then like boom, boom, it goes with the song. This was just kind of like, here's the projection, it's on the castle, and then boom, you get fireworks with it. Like, so it's the package, but it's not.
You talking about the sound versus when you see the fireworks?
I know,
it could have been because we were looking at the side instead of just straight on, though.
I had to divorce the sound and the actual sight, the visual versus the hearing aspect of the fireworks, because I know the sound didn't line up with it. I was like, okay, maybe they're not lining up the sound, but they're lining up when it actually pops, and you see the light first. So that was for me in my mind. That was my adjustments, and then I just had to accept the fact that the booms were late. It didn't really correspond with the music.
And that's I know exactly what Eli's talking about, but like I said, from viewing from the side, I'm just assuming that whatever people are seeing straight on
is different from what y'all do.
Yeah,
I got
seeing
you.
something a little bit different.
I can see that
than what we're seeing. We're getting the effects. We're getting all the effects, but
it just didn't seem to be like, like wishes, boom, 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 boom. It didn't.
I got you. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, so that was Enchantment, and seeing as that park was closing at 11 o'clock, we decided to stay around, ride some more rides, because we didn't want to. We had busted to Magic Kingdom. I forgot to mention that, but I didn't take my car. We took Disney transportation because we knew it was going to be busy, and I didn't want to deal with having a closed parking lot or any of that kind of stuff. And so, because we knew it was going to be busy right after fireworks, we just said, we'll close the park down to avoid that rush to the Disney transportation. Rode a couple of rides, and then I didn't realize that there was going to be like, how they had the Kiss Goodnight or whatever, or not the Kiss Goodnight, but when the park closes, they do a little something in the castle. Well, apparently they do something in the castle, and when the park hits 11 o'clock, it's like a little ding dong, whatever. I videotaped this, and I think I posted it up to social media for all you listeners that were following us. But, Kirk and I were just, Lee was off doing something, I guess, for his TikToks, and Lee and I were just sitting in the hub, just kind of waiting on him, resting our feet. And then, I noticed that there were some people just waiting around for something. I didn't know what it was. And I realized 11 o'clock was coming around, and it's like, all of a sudden the lights on the castle started going off, and then so I was like, oh, so we started recording. And I thought this is gonna be something cool. This is the end of the anniversary day. They're gonna do something cool to close the park at 11 o'clock. And what would you think? What would you say, Kirk? How did you feel about when you saw what transpired?
What happened? Wait, you got at least
there was some speech or whatever that it's happened. I don't know. It was very short. The castle changed colors, lights, things got brighter, and then that was it.
Yeah, we got to break the camera out, get it all ready and everything, and about after I finished that, it was over.
Yeah, I thought they were building up to something, but they didn't. I'm sitting there filming. I even walked closer to get closer to just catch everything.
Yeah. That was a disappointment. Didn't do nothing.
It left me wanting more. Let's say that. I thought there'd be something more. That you're closing the park on the 50th anniversary. I thought there'd be something bigger, but maybe I'm expecting too much. I don't know.
Well, that kind of brings up a different discussion, and I don't know if y'all are ready to get into it right now, so we can delay it if y'all don't want to.
We could delay it for sure.
Write it on a notebook.
Yeah.
But I would say the projection effects on the castle, on the Tower of Terror, on the tree,
the beacons,
the kingdom,
the beacons.
Yeah, those things. It looked like a better picture and a better video than what it really was in person, which would, to me, felt like, hey, I'm looking at the castle, I'm looking at the Tower of Terror, I'm looking at these things, and I feel like I'm not really looking at them. I feel like I'm looking at
a TV screen or something.
A TV screen of what these things should look like, and I wasn't really a fan.
It's kind of a cheat.
Yeah,
it is.
Kind of
It's kind of a cheat.
Yeah, we can definitely get on that when we talk about Sunday evening, because I think that's when I first actually saw it up close. When we came out of Rocket Roller Coaster on that Sunday, and I looked up, and there's the tower all done up in its thing.
That's right. Okay.
So, and I stood there just looking. I was like,
"What am I looking at?"
It does look like a Toontown kind of effect.
It does, yeah. So we could definitely get onto that, but in the meantime, you listeners, marinate that in your heads a little bit, and so we can have a discussion on it in social media. So make sure that you follow us. But yeah, so that takes us to the end of the 50th anniversary, And on the next another episode, we'll finish out the rest of the trip, which will incorporate our Epcot on Saturday, Hollywood Studios, where we rode Rise for the first time together.
Ooh,
And
the
y'all get to
Rise
compare design.
comparison.
Yeah, we can compare. Y'all can compare it for sure and let us know. And then on Monday, we could talk about just whatever we did on Monday. A breakfast at Steakhouse 71, which is another new experience for all of us all. So, yeah.
Sure. I would like to know the comparison when y'all had on Rise by yourselves as opposed to when we were all together.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, we'll definitely check out that on the next episode. So, if you have any ideas or thoughts about the 50th or whatever else, feel free to get in touch with us. We're about to tell you that in just a little bit. Well, guys, we hope you enjoyed that episode of the Magic Our Way podcast where we talked about the first half of our 50th anniversary Walt Disney World trip. If you want to get more, learn more about us, magicourway.com is the way to go. There you'll find our social media links, past episodes, and more. Also, to get in touch with us to share your opinions, you can shoot us an email at show@magicourway.com, or you can call or send us a text message at 1-815-MOWEEKEND. That is
MOWEEKEND.
That is 669-4226. And of course, we have a couple of guys do things outside of the podcast. First of all, we got Eli does things with comics.
Hey, Rob Liefeld here. Deadpool, Cable, X-Force, Domino, Marvel Comics, Image Comics, all of it. You guys, what is up? Eli Ivory. What a great name. Eli Ivory, comic guru. I'm here to talk about you.
Hey.
I am here to say, check out ivorycomics.com. That's right, you. Check out ivorycomics.com. ivorycomics.com. If you're not doing that, you're missing out. You're missing out. The Savages comic cannot be beat, cannot be surpassed. You need to check it out, experience it for yourself, and you know the story. It's all about the glory. Congrats to you and all the magic that you're making with your Ivory Comics. Eli Ivory, comic book guru. Check out ivorycomics.com, comic book guru, Eli Ivory, the whole package. Deadpool said to. Do it. ivorycomics.com right now. Liefeld out.
That's what he has over Jim. He had his own characters and he made something from it. God bless you, Rob. As Rob said, you can always check out the Ivory Comics website, check out the art and the previews, all that. Do it. The interviews, everything.
Just
also,
do it.
There's a link to this podcast so you never miss an episode, a laugh, an insight, all the good stuff. So it's total synergy. That's what Disney does, but this is what we do better.
That's right.
You can also find me on Facebook.com, Eli H. Ivory. As long as you're a real person, hey, come on in. How you doing? If you're a bot, get on out of here. I don't know you. I don't want no spam. I used to eat that in college, but I do better than that now. Okay? Project Geisha has own Facebook page, so check that out. Facebook.com/Project Geisha. Thank you for the likes and the few posts that you post up there. That's very awesome. Instagram, you can find me there, EIV504. Love it. Hancock 10166 is where I'm at on Twitter. So if you appreciate the madness and just bringing me the gladness and I'm just grinning ear to ear because you can't beat that, thank you very much.
You can't teach that.
Can't beat that.
That's what I
haven't heard that in a very long time.
And guys, look, if you want to book a vacation to visit Walt Disney World during its 50th anniversary celebration all year long, you can do so through Lee. Lee, tell them how to do this.
Just give me a call at 832-431-1621. That's 832-KITELS. Woo! 832-KITETOO. Well, I don't even know how to spell KITELS. Woo!
He was singing it good.
It's been a long night and I can't think straight. KITELS. Woo!
You spell it S-U-C-K-S.
Not only big old bushy bitch, but KITELS.
Woo! WOOHOO. Email me at lee@magicourway.com. Facebook, you can find me at facebook.com/Lastovica Travel. That's LASTOVICA Travel. Instagram, You Got a Friend in Lee Travel. And TikTok, you can find me on You Got a Friend in Lee. And if you do any of that, we'll get you hooked up and booked up with No.
Yeah, girl, I told you it's got a salty aftertaste of Vika.
In addition, guys, there's so many ways to support the show as a whole, and you can find them all on our website, magicourway.com. Any way in which you can support the show is deeply appreciated. We also want to take a second and thank you for being a loyal listener. And we love hearing from our listeners. All opinions are always welcome in the Magic Our Way podcast, so make sure you get in touch with us today. So, Mohegans, we say Kwaharini. My name is Kevin.
And I'm Danny.
Magic out.
I have every intention of eating those bananas for breakfast, but I still somehow end up with
salty
chocolate.
aftertaste.